Ha 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 ha! Welcome, welcome, welcome back in to the grind as we are here. Time for Turnabout Forsaken Case 4 of Investigations 2. Been on a real Ace Attorney kick lately because I recently started rewatching the Alpha Ride by Attorney streams. Just Case 4 and 5 mainly of the first game. Maybe I'll move on to Justice for All after that. Who knows? It's still quite solid, very funny, though I still always get tripped up by the part where they do the home assistant thing. Always gotta look out for that, they just kind of creep up on you and you gotta turn the volume down for that shit. Anyways, we as always have a few things to mention, but before all that I need to mention first off that I am downstairs instead of upstairs, so if there's any dog happenings, you know it's gonna just happen, and I can't preempt that, because those dogs just kind of exist, and I apologize if they end up being rude. So, of course, the first thing is, if you want to say anything to me, just go ahead and say it. I'm always willing to lend an ear and read the chat whenever I catch it, really. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But just keep things civil, and everything will be just fine. I'm just waiting for the Creative Cloud desktop to disappear, because it just popped up in the middle of the stream because it had to be updated. The Creative Cloud just keeps fucking breaking and needing to repair itself. I don't understand why it just does that. Anyways, second off, if you don't know already, the streams get announced to go live, and it's all that jazz, over on Twitter and over on Discord. You can find both of those in the About section of this channel, or in the banner, or underneath the video if you scroll down far enough on mobile. As long as you are looking in the description, it should still be all the way down there. It's interesting how that's there, but hey, you can check them out there. Discord server is very small, not many people are in there, but it's always nice to hear someone else join in, if anyone even does join, because it's just nice having company. You know, it'd be nice to organize community nights and all that shit. You know, that's too eager for me to hope for that shit when I'm still such a very small, very minute channel, etc. And the third thing to mention, of course, is the recommended channel for today. Last time it was a thing rather than a channel, and I thought it was going to be another thing I was going to recommend, and then I thought it was going to be another thing I was going to recommend. But then I realized, hey, I do have some other YouTube channels that I've stumbled across that will be worth giving a little shout out to. And this stream's shout out worthy channel, is going to be that of Amglimpse. Don't quite know how his channel is pronounced, but Amglimpse is a creator that I had show up in my feed a long while back, and to be honest, the video that caught my eye, because it was about people cheating at game shows, and I watched that through, and it was enjoyable. Then I started watching other videos of his, and he talked about like Shark Tank, shenanigans, and all that shit, as well as a bunch of other different topics. And it turns out the way he creates his videos is very captivating and worth watching, so if you want some kind of interesting channel to look forward to in the background, thank you Bailey very much, you can go check out Amglimpse. He's over there on YouTube somewhere. He also streams, but I don't follow the streams, they only sponsor the channel. It doesn't matter, it really doesn't. So, I guess that means, without further ado... Oh, right, I forgot. If you didn't already see it, I did manage to stitch together the other two streams 1 and 5, and the playlist has been updated accordingly. So you can still find the broken up versions of those streams if you are looking around. But otherwise, you can just watch the playlist and get the ideal experience. So that's all that needs to be brought up on that front. So I suppose the next thing to do is to go over here with Tricks and Analysis playing. You like Tricks and Analysis over here. And I guess I can turn up the mouse and put it to the side. It's just gonna be gameplay now. For at least an hour or so, as we all know. And we just get on started, right? With this lovely backdrop after finishing off the imprisoned turnabout, or whatever the third case was. Kidnapped turnabout, right? Finished that off from case 4 currently. Just continue. So yeah, Turnabout Reminiscence currently. So this is what the nice title screen looks like for that case. It is quite nice looking. And given, no, I guess it's fine on down. You should be more skeptical, but it should be fine. When I'm doing title select, you need to press the load button. Click Turnabout Forsaken, this one here. Winston, are you alright? Or have you not be alright? I mean, just calm down, fella. Alright, we're going back into the introductory cutscene. Turnabout Forsaken. I hereby call this meeting to order. The community is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair and frank judgment. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Are you? Winston, what are you doing? No, get on onto the fucking table, please. Why are you wearing that raincoat? And those little red cloth hands on it. No! Ah! It's all very perilous. I'm currently needing to draw K. I've got the colors down, and I managed to get the fucking shirt pattern down. I still need to finish off the K drawing. It's quite a bit to go in there. But it's April 5th, 1:23 PM. Time can count. High Prosecutor's Office, room 202, 1202. Pacing back and forth, Gumshoe. Will you please stop pacing, Detective? You're kicking up dust.
But I swept the floor 3 times already.
And sweep it a 4th.
They're gonna take your badge, Mr. Edgeworth. How can you just stand there, cool as a cucumber?
You don't know for certain that they will.
Well, it sure seems like they mean to. Judge Cavell pretty much spelled it out.
Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you will give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. She said that I would be called to appear before the committee. Nothing more.
Well, I don't care. I won't stand for it. What if we never get to work together?
I had thought you would work on the prospect, Detective. After all, it would mean you could work with someone less problematic.
Don't say that, sir. I've never heard anyone who said that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're not just looking for an excuse, are you? To become a defense attorney, I mean.
I would say yes, but I won't say no.
Because I won't let you! You're Prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Prosecutor! You hear?
Become a defense attorney, huh? The circumstances of my father's death set me on the path to becoming a prosecutor. Well, I'd only be interested in the law to begin with, thanks to my father as well. And his work as a defense attorney. Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help you as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. Only you can answer this one.
Are you listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I said I won't let you do this.
Really, Detective, there's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows, the next prosecutor you work with might be a little more lenient with your salary systems.
Really? So, where's the noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't care about any of that stuff.
You thought about it, didn't you? Funny for a moment.
We're busy in here, come back later.
I got a new character, let's go! God, voice. Hey there, is the prosecutor in? A Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
Look, pal, what part of we're busy don't you get? We're outside. Wait outside and I'll be with you in a bit.
Oh, that's not good. Your face is red as a tomato. Red face, red teeth. Let's see. It must be lupus.
I said we're busy.
Wait, that's it. Stomach cramps, right? No need to worry, it's nothing an injection can't cure. Now probably sleep. It won't hurt much.
Yeah, no thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be.
Who might you be? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to introduce myself, huh? The name's Needler. Florence Needler. Needler. That's a damn fine name, I gotta admit. So, in the fan translation, this character's name is Karen Jensen. So it's like, it's kind of like a loose name, like care and injection combined together. I fucking love Florence Needler. Needler's a great last name. Also, yes, the cat changed the text because that was like safety first written in Japanese, so they had to change that sprites in English. Very neat. I'm a nurse at Hertz Hospital. It's a Die Young clinic over in the thing. Because they called it Die Young as in character we'll be meeting later was called Bonnie Young, so they invented a fake extra business partner so he'd die young. Hospital. So yeah. Hurt's Hospital. Well, nobody here is hurt, so are you sure you had the right room? Yeah, you're Prosecutor Edgerf, right? Wow, those are some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling alright? Sorry for a severe headache? I can give you an injection that'll... I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please just tell us what you're doing here? Huh? Oh, well, sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody's Eve. Wait right there. I'll go grab her. Wait!
Late. I wonder who she brought along. If she's in from the hospital, maybe it's a patient. Someone you cut down the size of your trademark rapier whip.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
See? That right there, sir. When you glare at me like that, I lose the will to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you, pal?
Sure, he's exaggerating. After all, that's the look I always give him. Nothing's happened so far. Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts? And here she is. I will tell you that I'm not drawing this K, because that would be blatant and spoilerific, I don't know. But I'm drawing base K. Thoughts on what? You don't recognize me? There is something about her. Something familiar. This had your name on it. So I thought, just maybe.
So you really did put somebody in hospital?
Don't be ridiculous, detective!
Well, look, sir. Your name's right there on the card.
It looks like it says Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, yeah. Read, Joshua, read!
Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, plain as day.
Be that as it may. I'm so sorry. What she's trying to say is, she has amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, at least that's what they tell me. Her parents would be so worried about her. I bet they've only been getting around 8 hours of sleep each night. You gotta feel for me. Do I, though? That's quite a lot of sleep if you ask me.
Oh, whoa, don't freak. But don't you worry, alright? Did you hand his card? That means you really must know Mr. Edgeworth somehow. So just step back and we'll take it from here. Right, sir?
At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity. Really? Will you? It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes.
No, that's Mr. Edgeworth, I know. Don't worry, miss. You're as good as healed.
Let's not get carried away here, detective. I'm a prosecutor, remember, not a miracle worker. Do you have anything about this? I'm sorry. My finger is bandaged up. I don't remember you well. It's a gift like that just yet. It's alright. That was an offering to you anyway. Where do we even start?
So, do you remember your name, miss?
Oh, I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday. She's only been in hospital for a day. No way! That's amazing! How'd you figure that out so fast? How come one person be so emotionally draining? We found her wandering around late last night and brought her in. I wanted to help out, so I went through her stuff to see what I could find. And did you find anything apart from my business card? Nothing with her name or home address. Oh, wait a second. She was wearing this. It's a pretty unique design, right? Pardon me, Christ. This pin.
What the heck? The Yadagrassi pin. Does that mean... But it can't be.
K, is it really you? K? Yadagrassi pin data jotted down in my organizer. The Yadagrassi pin that K always wears. Remember, bitch! You like pins, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Not particularly, no. Still, you always seem to have one on you. It's a part of the job, I'm afraid, and this one is also a piece of evidence. Oh, so you carry things you don't like around as formal willpower training? That's not it at all. Not at the least! It's you, isn't it, Kay? I'm... Kay?
Come on, Kay, you really don't remember? Look, it's me, Gummy! That's what you always called me.
Gummy? You're an adult. That's so rude. I don't really call you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I feel so guilty now.
What the heck happened to you? I've never seen you so polite. Being polite and sensitive is just not... Where's the K I know? You're nothing like her.
Careful, detective. Maybe we don't want her to get the wrong impression. You make it sound as if Kay is a normally polite or sensitive soul. Not that he's wrong exactly, but... So what kind of person was I before?
Well, first of all, your full name is Kay Faraday. Bright and fun and full of energy and... Oh yeah, you're a great thief.
A great thief? There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from their dresses and vaults. Steal? But that's... Oh, that must be so awful for the people I took things from. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment. No, that's not what I meant at all.
Ugh, I don't think that did much good, sir.
But it sure explains one thing. Look at these gloves. They're just the kind of person like that would wear.
Hey, that outfit.
This? It's what she was wearing when they found her. But we had to get her to change out of it and put on the hospital gloves, so that's why I have... There's something on this part here. Could it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory?
I'll send the outfit over to forensics later and see what they can figure out.
Please do, detective. Boy, there really are some thiefy clothes, huh? I like how the pattern on those clothes in this piece of evidence is so simplistic in comparison to the sprite that I had to draw for it. A criminal? You may be a great thief, but you never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured, you are no criminal. If you say so. Perhaps you better leave it there for now. I'm sorry, I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other exactly? Well, that is, how I put it into words.
You're Prosecutor Andrew's assistant.
I am? So Prosecutor is the head of some sort of grave thief network?
No, not quite.
We last saw Kate 2 days ago. Perhaps we should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pin the only item on our person when you received her nurse leave? There were a few other things, but I doubt any of them will be much use. I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us? Well, alright then. In no particular order, I present.
The German ninja mask? Was she at a show or something?
Miss Kay Faraday. The letter. It's just a K. Big building! Okay. Well then, as opposed to the Grand Tower, we have Big Building. That takes the oomph out of it a little bit, but okay. Thanks to ticket stub. And finally,
a fake flower! The kind people like to spruce up their bathrooms with too.
It's a corsage detective, and they're usually worn by women. And that's it. So, anything useful in there?
Kinda hard to tell. Frankly, I'm not really seeing a connection between them.
I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have the chance. Match model from the German ninja's face, made of cheap plastic. The letter Kay was carrying is addressed to her. Stub from a ticket granting entry to the viewing platform on top of the big building. Magenta flower made of fabric that is usually worn on the chest as a decorator, also known as a corsage.
This is bad. How do we get Kay's memory back?
I'm sure you already looked at this in a bit, but I want to read it. Dear Kay, don't worry, I'll make sure you get your precious thing back. Rosie! Okay. So I believe... Actually, no. We'll hold off on that for a bit, because we'll be seeing it soon enough. But all I'll say is, Jill was the fan dress that you got. Big building, viewing platform entry ticket, 4/4, April 4, 7/28, student $6, news limit to day of purchase, not refundable. And we can't really look at anything else, except for this. It's the pin Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of the Atagarasu, and it's very eye-catching indeed. Can't imagine a thief other than Kay would want to wear it. Anything else if we look around? Now we can just see like the nice pin. I have a pin for this. It's the one I got for pre-ordering Majora's Mask 3D. It's like nice, and it is the actual Majora's Mask made of steel. But it's very cool.
We can't just let it stay like this forever.
Calm down, detective. I have an idea.
You do? I knew you'd come to the rescue, sir. So, what is it?
Look closely at the ticket stub. Oh, it's for the viewing platform on top of the big building.
The big building? You know the place?
Everybody knows it, silly. It's the hottest date spot in town. Look at my coat peak out here. They say that if a couple holds hands while they're up there, they'll stay together forever. Teehee. This is yesterday's date, and the ticket only is valid on the date specified.
Plus, it's a stub. That means you used it, right?
I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go see what we can find?
Now? Just like that?
Any way to figure out how to get
Yeah, lost your memory is the reason through steps. Are you alright, Mr. Edward? What about your thing with the committee?
It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Great, so can I leave KOU? That would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, Kay? No, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then, back to work I go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler or talk to me, okay? I can come running in with a syringe or 3, or whatever you might happen to be. Yes, thank you. Don't need that particular service. Now then, detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course. Like how the chest set is like red and white. Intriguing. Taxi! April 5th, big building. Plaza.
So according to this pamphlet, the big building's 50 stories high. It's all offices inside, so the viewing platform up top is the only part that's open to the public. Yeah, this one's for you, sir. They were handing it out for free in the ticket area.
Very kind of you, detective. Contains a cross-section of the building and the plan of the viewing platform. Alright, I think it's time we headed inside. Take a peek. It has a viewing platform, cross-section. This is the rivals of Aether State. Tree and stand. Yeah, we don't have anything too major to look at there. Yeah. Look out, the big building! It's about to fall!
We gotta do something.
No, please, I'm begging you, stop! Ah, it's not good. Without fresh milk, my thoughts just aren't getting through to him.
What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and don't be kidding.
Cut! I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. So could you, yes, I thought as much. So forgive our intrusion. We'll get out of your way. Detective.
Oh, sorry. Really have it there for a second.
Yeah, whatevs. Hey, Director Guy, can we take 5? I can't work under these conditions. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Oh, gosh. So they stopped the building going down? That's good. I wish we had time to explain, but maybe later. Come along, you two. Let's make ourselves scarce. I didn't give any real voices to those two yet, because, well, let's just say cases 4 and 5 kind of link together fully, because evidence is carried over a little bit. So those are more a prominent character in case 5 rather than this case. So I'm waiting until that point to give them a real proper voice. So yes. Here we are on the viewing platform. Cotton candy petition. It's a petition cloud. Clouds, I don't know what I said.
Well, get a look at that view. Feel the sun on your face.
Eek, the wind. It's very strong up here.
That's okay. You just stand behind me, Mr. Edward. We're both more than big enough to get the breeze away.
You have this gesture of it. Come show, speak for yourself. Well, okay. Does this place bring back any memories? I'm not sure. Have I really been here before? Perhaps simply encouraging her to talk will help. Okay, please. Any thoughts or feelings that come to mind might be a clue. Alright, I don't know if this will be of any help at all, but... What I remember... Parting clouds, cotton candy, okay. Testimony. I still can't be sure if I've ever been here before. It's so high up and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. It's no good. I'm so sorry.
No dice, sir.
I'm sorry. I feel so useless. I do love the little angel on the stand. It's cute. I know I'm supposed to have all these memories, but I just can't remember. You have amnesia, Kay. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Listen, sir. Maybe just this once. Try not to be so intimidating, okay? Or at the very least, don't use a trademark glare on her.
Nobody asks for your opinion, detective. I'm going to attack you deliberately.
Hold it!
Well, this ticket stub says otherwise. But I don't remember. I don't remember coming here at all. I can't even imagine wanting to come here. It's so high up and the wind is so strong.
Hold it!
Kay used to love places like this, though. What? Am I really hurt? I feel dizzy just taking a look around. I don't even think anyone should be allowed up here. What if an old person fell? Or a child? What is about thinking about? There's a fence all around us, and it's plenty high, so we don't need to worry. No child will come climbing up that thing. If you say so. Hold it! Alright. If nothing is coming to mind, then just take a look around. Do you recognize anything? Anything at all? Let's see. Ah, cherry blossom! Go on. I was standing under the cherry tree. Yes, I was trying to stay out of the rain. It was raining, I remember that. And there was a red something or other. So it was raining. She was underneath the cherry tree, and she saw something red from where she stood. What? Was it something I said? No, if you could add that to your testimony, we can explore it further. From under the cherry tree, I think I saw something red. You don't even have anything red in this. Not even there. So let's take a look again. Hold it! It's something red. Can you tell me anything more about that? I'm not sure. Just a red thing. That's all I can say. What can we see nearby that's red? Was it the concession stand over there, perhaps? A stand? A red concession stand? Yes, I think that was it. Somebody was walking toward me from beyond it. And then what happened? Then, I'm sorry. It's alright. Just add what you told us to your testimony. There was someone walking toward me beyond the concession stand. We did just look at this, you see. I mean, how far beyond? You could still hide in a little behind there, but you can't really see from behind there, so I don't think it's possible, okay? Objection! I really don't think. Not in the slightest. You said that you saw someone over there beyond the stand, and that they were walking towards you? Yes, I can see them getting closer. Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? No, it was a person. I'm sure of it. But from where you were standing, anyone you saw on the other side of the concession stand would have been floating in midair, hundreds of feet above the ground. So how would Earth could have been a person? I'm not lying, I promise. Somebody red. A stand. Somebody red. They were on the other side. They were walking towards me. Getting closer. Closer. And then they...
Yay, what's the matter? You're right. We're here. Whatever it is, it can't hurt you.
I was pushed by a person in a red raincoat. A person in a red raincoat who could walk on air, and who supposedly pushed her off the building. None of this makes any sense. The least of which don't be before these hide and survive. Carers remember a person coming from beyond the concession stand and pushing her off the building. She's just staring at me.
Attention everyone, please stay right where you are. What's wrong, officer? Detective Gumshoe, mind filling me in? Yes, sir, a body's been discovered here in the building, sir. A body?
Whose body exactly?
Not sure, we're still working on it, but what we do know is that the victim is a young woman. And that her name is Kay. What the blazing?
What the blazing? Yeah, very short introductory scene, but you know, there's a lot to go for in this. We can pass down to 18, baby. Save 18, and then if we go 2 down, we get to like when I was playing the demo for the room. It's stupid. There's the other character, and there's the other 2 characters even. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence Chamber. It's a long name. PIC Chamber. Wait, this room! Officer, isn't this...
Yes, sir, this is the trial chamber of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. So it's here now?
I know they moved out of the prosecutor's building. But I know that they come here, all places. The periodic pamphlet data updated in my organizer. So does it show anything? Surely it does. Yeah, 50th floor committee chamber. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. And Kay, too. How are you all doing? Is Kay feeling any better? We heard there was some kind of incident. I'm sorry, but who might this be? This? Oh, this is my grandma. Hold on one second. Name's Hilda Hertz, Sonny. See, there you go. We still have the last name being a thing. So yeah, Bonnie Young. So Hilda Hertz. So the Die young for me, of course.
Name shall hurt, sonny. And who the heck might you be?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Nurse Neela, your grandmother's name, Hertz, is she? Yep, she's the director of the Hertz Hospital. Some fogey woman is the head of the hospital.
Don't you old fogey me, you dang reprobate.
How did she do that?
Oh, it sounds like a kind of a big deal, then. A big shot.
Well, that's not true. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Oh, him? He's the one looking after the girl. The one with amnesia. Seems Dr. Hertz is a bit of an introvert.
Want me to fix those brow furrows of yours, sonny? Oh, there's no fixing those now. They're downright incurable.
You sure you don't want me to say that, Grandma? Well, alright then.
I don't get a dang thing more to say than none of yous. Yeah, we're going about your business, you hear? As long as that bitch don't involve messing with the deceased's body, I got work to do.
Wait, please. Wait.
Not a dang thing, I tell you. Hey, you can't talk to us like that. What gives you the right, huh, pal?
Oh, it's so loud. Fucking slapstick. It's immaculate, these two. Oh, didn't I mention? Grandma's also a coroner. She's in charge of this case, which means...
Ah!
Which means exactly that.
What do you mean? Exactly what?
How am I supposed to know that? It's not that mind you're crying out loud. She said it, not me.
It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine I can't escape.
These guys are very Abbott and Costello, clearly. Well, we got a body to be looking at. Catch you later, gang, and take care. Gang, you say? Fellas?
What the heck is that deal?
What does it matter, as long as we have permission to investigate?
What does it matter? It matters a bunch, sir.
What will you do now, Mr. Edgeworth? Examine the scene of the crime, of course. What kind of prosecutor would I be if I didn't? Alright, let's get to work. Let's get spiffing. The person over there is called K, right? Surely that means it can't be the K you know. That's what we're looking to figure out. But don't worry. You're the K we know. I'm certain of it. Thanks. The K who lost her memory and the victim who shares her name. Both meeting their respective fates here at the big building. No doubt this case will be the key to restoring our K's memories. I'd stake my life on it. Committee! Begin investigation. Ah! What are you doing there, buddy? Walking around like that? Control sticks and all that shit. Let's talk to you first, Kate. Yes? Can I help you with something? Prosecutor's badge, again. Is that somebody who protects people? Is it a Hero of Justice's pin? No, it's a prosecutor's badge. I believe you're thinking of an attorney's badge. I am. But it feels warm somehow. I feel like somebody I know used to have one. Somebody important. Her father was a prosecutor. I suppose perhaps she's recalling flashes of her childhood. Very fitting that I'm playing the fourth case at the same time as this one. But, you know, that's understandable. We've seen this pins one, right? Not particularly, no. Still, you always seem to have one on you. It's part of the job, I'm afraid, and this one is also a piece of evidence. So you carry things you don't like around as a former willpower training. Sorry at all. Let's see what else. I was carrying this, wasn't I? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything about it. Nothing at all. Even the tiniest clue could help. Alright, let's see. Ah! I think I might have just grabbed it on reflex. Whatever happened to be happening. There's a saying, right? A falling person will clutch at a straw. What's the matter? You're making a strange face. I don't want to dissuade you from trying. Please, I need you to think a little more before you speak. I understand. Same thing? I mean, it's probably gonna be the same thing for all of those. What about this? I'm sorry, I don't remember you well enough to accept the gift I mentioned yet. That's alright, I wasn't offering it to you anyway. What about you? I remember the person in the red raincoat. That much I'm pretty sure. Were they really coming towards you from beyond the concession stand? Yes. They were walking right towards me. And I have proof. Of course I do. I remember they had legs. But there's nothing out there beyond the stand. How could they be walking on thin air? I don't know. Maybe they're dynamo. Maybe they were a ghost. A ghost? Sorry, Kay, but ghosts don't exist. They are the very antithesis of science. Spirits, however. And this is one of those contradicting things. Huh. Notice anything? This is quite the room. The big wooden boxes full of books, the big person carved out of stone, the sparkly window. Seems you've forgotten the names of some everyday objects. Let me try to jog your memory, okay? Repeat after me. Bookshelves. Books. Elves? Stained glass. Stolen glassware. Law books. Law breaker. Goddess statue. Got this snatch too? Is it just me or all the mistakes pointing in a certain direction? Got this snatch too. That's kind of good. Cooks on the land. You were loudly claiming to be my assistant just the other day, Kay. Do you really not remember anything? Does nothing about me come to mind at all? Oh, maybe I do remember one thing. I remember being on the viewing platform up on the roof. Yes? And you were pointing your finger at me. Go on. And asking me questions with a scary look on your face. That was only a few minutes ago.
Wow, poor kid. Literally your only memories of you trying to catch her in a contradiction, sir. I'd be scared too. I might even just give it up right then and there. Yeah, that'd be for sure.
Ain't that scary, Detective, just you waiting for your silence. You must remember Detective Gumshoe, Kay. You and he were very close.
Yeah, don't I remind you of anything?
Remind me of... Wait, I do remember something. I remember Mr. Edgeworth scolding you. Not just once. Hundreds of times.
That's no memory, kid. It's just the joy of our day-to-day life together. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Joy, is it? I must not be doing a good enough of a job reprimanding you then. I'll have to try harder next time. Edgeworth, no! Okay, fair enough. What are you? Officer, tell me about the security arrangements for this room.
Yes, sir. You need a special keycard to enter, sir.
Interesting. So not just anybody can enter. In which case, the person who discovered the body would have been...
Yes, sir. Member of the committee. They found him when they arrived for today's hearing.
The hearing. My hearing. Which would be underway right now if it wasn't for this. At least my hearing's coming back. Like for months, like a couple of months, I was dealing with a really blocked ear. It was difficult. All that. Oh, these bookshelves. Look at those fellas on the right there, in the stained glass. Who even are they?
That's a lot of books, sure. It's a lot of fish. It's kind of intimidating, ask me.
Intimidating? Probably more welcoming a good book, Detective.
I guess that depends. I got the trophy out of my life in the library back in the day. But this isn't really a library, is it? So maybe you can talk around with him. Look at some of the anxiety.
Something tells me if I don't stop him, he might very well start running around and around. Okay, fine, let's investigate. We'll do it for you, Gumshoe. Gummy, let's go. Gum. I mean, there's more books over here. Different books.
It can't be easy reading books that size. Or lifting them, for that matter.
And the committee only just moved. It must have been quite the undertaking.
Morning stuff around is kind of my forte. They should have given me a call.
Well, if you weren't the chairman, I'll be sure to ask if there's more heavy that can be done.
Yeah, I was joking, sir. I can't be carrying stuff up 50 flights of stairs. I have a real job to do.
I was joking too, Detective. Why are you planning on taking the stairs? Elevators exist, man. Look at those stained glass pictures. I mean, all the way down there too. Nice, neatly arranged bookshelves stretching off into the distance. Quite a pleasing sight, don't you think?
Sure is. There's not a speck of dust in any of them. Reminds me of my special method for cleaning your office, sir. Sweep, rim, vacuum, then wipe it all down twice. And on goes the floor wax, and then...
You approach your actual job at the same level of rigor. Anything over here? No, I guess we'll investigate the statue of Themis. It's the statue of the goddess of justice.
You sure know your stuff, sir. So, does she dole out blessings or what?
What are you doing, Winston? She's not that kind of goddess, Detective. She's a symbol of the sanctity of law. The scales represent justice, the sword retribution, and the blindfold shows her impartiality. I must stare out to see and inspect anything that catches my attention. Okay. You gonna be whining, Walter? Okay, I guess I'll let these feathers out. So, brief intermission. I'll be back in a momentary. Yeah. Just a little moment while I let these dogs out. Whatever, they're just out there. I was gonna shut the door and everything after they came back in. But they're out there now, and they're just chilling. There's a pool of blood here at the foot of the statue. Judging by the amount and how it is spread, I'd say this is where the victim was killed. Stabbed by the sword of Themis.
But the body's on the table behind us, sir. How come?
Well, it must have been moved for coroning. Surely. I'm only surprised that the killer must have moved it for some reason after committing the murder. Oh, what do you mean, slam? Sorry to intrude. Hey, hey! Look who it be! It's like that lady I drew for the thumbnail or something like that. Who are? Huh? Was that Grandma?
I know that voice anywhere. There's one promise little girl.
Oh, so you two know each other? It has been too long, Grandma Hertz. And you as well, Vals Edgeworth. What's she doing here? Franziska von Karma. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a prosecutor like myself. These days she's mainly been working with Interpol, though I thought she was supposed to be abroad. Don't look so surprised. As far as my investigation leads, I follow, no matter where in the world I might be. Which means that there must be some kind of international angle to this case, yes? You know full well that I've been pursuing a certain smuggling ring. And that I won't resist until it has been destroyed, and its ill-gotten goods recovered. There are smuggling rings involved then. That information is yet to be shared on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. I see she means to be as helpful as ever. Miss Von Karma, was it? Anne wants to tell you something.
I'm about done here. The scene's all yours.
In that case, we'd like to examine the body ourselves too, if you wouldn't mind.
I mind plenty. Remember when I heard about you, now you're paying for him? Don't need to be no soon-to-be expert prosecutor messing that place up. Go on, get.
Just remember, it's not me saying this stuff, okay? Please, Granny, it's important.
Who are you calling a granny, little missy?
Me! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. This is going nowhere. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it to him. Francisco, I need you to add us to his investigation. We have to see to the body up close. We'll never let him truth about what happened to Kay. As in, Kay Faraday?
Please, you gotta help us out here. Kay needs us.
I don't know what you're up to, but very well. Thank you. You won't regret it. Of course, I expect to receive a full explanation when I grill you later.
We owe you, sir, big time.
I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Whoopsh. Well, Grandma Hertz, will you allow him to examine the body?
I ain't about to say no to an international big shot like herself, huh? Big shot. Oh yeah, are you sure about this?
Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Are you sure you're sure? Of course I'm sure. It's my prerogative. Prerogative to judge the whole world in my own name. And that's just common sense. I did see that there was a tweet on my timeline that was like, hey, we have someone made a fan game that was about following Franziska and Maya or something like that. It may be up your speed. I forget, it was like Echoes of a Turnabout. Go check that out. Extremely arrogant sort, perhaps.
Shoot yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, you heard her. Try not to get fired, okay? Don't worry. Oh, it'll take a lot more than this to ruin my reputation should things turn sour. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge. Begin properly. Alright, you two. Eh?
You must the kids want something?
Look at this shit.
That's Rust.
That's wrong voice. That's Prosecutor's badge, right? I've seen a few of them to be.
Quit flashing that badge around in front of me, and you get all good soon to be ex-prosecutor. If you like this dang thing so much, maybe you should have tried harder to keep it. Maybe you're trying to marry it.
It's not the badge I care about. I have more important things to protect, like my spare copy of badge. I don't even need to ask Grandma what done what she say to that.
Get wrapped up in some long-term things only the fate of work sometimes.
Thank you for such therapeutic advice. I'll bear it in mind. Nurse Needler, could you tell me a little more about your relationship with Dr. Hertz? Sure, let's see. Well, ever since I was little, I got lost when I was out playing. She'd come looking for me till the sun went down. I fell over and grazed my knee. She'd watch over me until I found the strength to pick myself up. It's quite the heartwarming tale. Right, that's a grandmother-grandchild relationship. And once I became a nurse, if I stuck a needle in the wrong place, she'd say,
"Not there, you bonehead, there!"
She pulled it out right out. Ah!
Ouch! Well, I heard that, pal. Can stop talking about needles now?
Maybe can we stop? A little bit of a typo there, but hey. Anyway, so yeah, I can do any kind of nursing thing I need for Grandma now. Thank you. That was a very thorough answer indeed. Even the story didn't end on a heartwarming note, it's nice that they share such a close bond, I suppose.
You must be the best coroner in town, Dr. Hertz. I bet you can spot a cause of death in seconds and get it right every time, huh?
Foreshadowing. It's a literary device. What do you know about your coroner, you big galoot? You don't know the first dang thing.
Oh.
Don't forget the detective, Dr. Hertz. I'll make sure he learns not to say such presumptuous things. Yes, I care. You're such a pry hole. Listen, Mr. Fire Smarty Pants. Spotting the cause of death is correctly and second is my bread and butter. Which is why the only thing that gets my goal worse than anything is folks that get in my goddamn way. I think that's all she wanted to say. Satisfied? No, absolutely. Thank you very much. All we want to do is examine the body for clues. Do our best to stay out of your way. Because of how seriously she takes our work, did you react so colorfully to us? That's Hospital's the finest medical institution in Hawaii. It would have to be with Grandma in charge. How about it? You look like you could use some R&R. You sure do, and you're not. We got a snippy suite or two and fancy hot tubs all right now. Thank you, but as you can see, we're in perfectly able-bodied health. You don't need a room in a hospital.
Yup, fit the fiddles and strong as oxes. That's I'm on it, right, sir?
I caught it that. Maybe yours detective would like to think that I have a little more going for me than that. That doesn't matter. Her hospital welcomes the hale and hearty too. Healthy? So what? Stay anyway. Campaign is in full swing. Going great. Not sick or injured? That's nice. You're room for half the price. Nothing on earth can convince me to spend a night at a hospital. For pleasure. This is a one-time offer, you know. So how about it? Come stay at the happiest hospital in town.
Your hot tub does sound pretty good. And half price. This might be too good to be true.
Seriously, detective?
I don't have anything better to do, Edgeworth. Sir?
Yes, sir. You can hold to Von Comrade a bit. Maybe.
Well, one thing's for certain, she's dead. This isn't Kay. She doesn't even look like her.
I think we knew that already, detective. Our Kay's standing right over there, after all. The victim looks to be in her 30s. She's wearing a white suit.
Maybe she worked at the offices here of a building.
Perhaps, but now she remains unidentified. The question is, why did the police seem to think her name was Kay? The scout has seen anything that catches our attention. Why, this drink over here does. This book!
What the? Well, that's Kay's promise notebook. This is where she wrote down all the promises she made to her dad. Haven't seen this in a good old while.
Indeed. Promise 1, never take things from a stranger. Never go anywhere with a stranger. Book of vows made by a child to her father. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. What exactly is it doing?
Oh, well, I just remember something Detective Pat told me a few years back. He said something precious to Kay and disappeared from the station.
What? Evidence went missing from police custody?
Detective Pat said he'd look for it everywhere, but no dice.
What does this mean? Why did it turn up here of all places? You there. What do we know about this notebook, officer? The victim was holding it when they found her, sir. It was the only thing with any kind of name on it at the time. So that should became Kay.
Talk about a red herring. So doesn't explain how she ended up with it, though.
If only we had a few more leads on the victim's true identity. And this.
Do you think this could be the murder weapon?
Beyond candelabrum. The victim suffered the same number of puncture wounds to the chest. Puncture wounds that could have well been made by these spikes.
A candle album?
Not quite, detective. Candelabrum. The candle holder, in other words.
Ah, I got you. That reminds me, I forgot to pay my electric bill once a while back, and I had to live my candlelight for a whole month.
Who does that in this day and age? Pre-armed candle holder that may have been the murder weapon, judged by the wounds to the chest. Specifically a candelabrum. In the fan tradition, that was like an actual candelabra. But hey, need to know that. It seems she suffered a serious burn to her hand at some point.
You think it has something to do with how she died?
No, the scar's too old for that. I would imagine it happened some time ago. Oh, she's holding something. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir, right away, sir. What is that? Oh, wait, I know. It's a loyalty card. Scotia!
It's a key card.
Oh, why, sir, why?
The question we should be asking is, what does it open? What was the key card used for? Who knows? What's in her palm? A pure white jacket with a deep red stain on its lapel. Guess it was this jacket itself with a hand. Jacket. The button's on the wearer's right-hand side.
Well, what's so weird about that? Button's always got on the right, no?
A lot of women's clothing. Traditionally, the buttons would be on the left.
Like I always say, sir, you sure know your stuff.
This is common knowledge, Detective. Nothing else seems amiss. Wait, what's this in the pocket? A pair of gloves.
Oh, a pair of gloves, also white.
They don't seem to be soiled in any way. I imagine they must have belonged to the victim. Really can't even look at that hand? That's peculiar. There's something pinned to the jacket here. Piece of magenta fabric.
Whatever it was, it looked like it was torn up pretty roughly.
You can deduce that. The victim's hair is caked with blood.
It looks like she was hit with something, huh?
Fortunately, it's too early to say for certain. Perhaps an answer will turn up as we investigate further. Can we investigate that? Before we deduce, let's talk with Moncama. Just a little bit, right? Justify your being on the pump mill. Yes, what is it? Look at this shit. I'd like you to take a look at this, Francisca. Fine. What am I looking at? I prosecuted that. Ha! And? I just wanted to show it to you, that's all.
No!
Ah, good. So you still do feel pain. What's that supposed to mean? I just wanted to make sure you hadn't foolishly gone and lost all brain function yet. Womp womp. There's no doubt about it. This is the murder weapon. What sort of person would stab a woman with something like this? It's pathetic. We'll make the killer pay for what they did. But we have to find them first. Yes, I only hope that the killer's identity won't turn out to be a truth we won't want to hear. Intriguing. A murder in the trial chamber of the Committee for Prosecutor Excellence. This is serious. I did you the favor of allowing you to investigate further. I'll be expecting results. And you'll get them. Would I still be here if I didn't think I could deliver? Come to think of it. Why were you here in the first place? I should just know I was something before the committee.
That's a long story. Longer than night time. It's deeper than the sea. How about we save us the trouble? I'll tell you myself.
On second thought, I don't care why you're here. What's important is that we solve the case in front of us. Agreed? Wholehearted.
Wait, you were the one who asked it in the first place, sir!
What's that saying again? Viv first, think later?
But can't you make it the other way around? Just for me!
What are you doing here, Francisca? I thought you were working abroad and solving with Interpol. Wouldn't you like to know? Well, that's top secret. I have neither the need nor the obligation to tell. Shouldn't say as much. Anyway, never mind that. There's the prosecutor in charge of this case. Not that I know who's been assigned, but I was hoping they'd take care of the legwork for me. Yet they haven't even bothered to show up. What in the world could they be doing?
Yo! I'm not a prosecutor's keeper, sir.
It's hardly fair to hit people who don't deserve it, Francisca. What use is the whip if you don't use it, huh? And who better to use it on than anybody who isn't giving 110%? I don't know who's been assigned yet either, but 110% feel for them already. I couldn't help but notice that you seem to be acquainted with Dr. Hurd in some way. How very astute of you, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, I know her. Once upon a time, the... never mind. She doesn't seem keen to talk about it. Perhaps I'd better leave it for now. Yeah, Bailey? What else? Huh? You want to tell me any more? You gonna voice a character? I don't think so.
What happens? What happened once upon a time? You can't not tell us now. Yo!
Only a foolish fool foolishly priority another person's business. Now hold your tongue, Scruffy. Already get more than a mere tongue lashing.
It's a bit late for that.
Spare the vip, spoil the child. A whip in time saves 9. Didn't you go to school and you vip this wonder?
No!
Yes, it seemed that leaving it alone was the right choice after all. So... I guess I could talk to Gumshoe, but I don't need to. We can logic. Because the room needs security and we have a key card, however. Where are you? There you are. I was looking for... Wait for it! I would imagine the victim's key card probably granted access to this room, wouldn't you? Yay! Now let's actually properly finish off the rest of that glass and pour the rest of it in. I don't even know it's being caught up, but you know, we pour that monster energy into this fucking glass. Fucking glass. Alright.
Let me go find out, sir. I'm back. You found some details on the keycard in the security system. It's for this room, just like you said.
So the victim was able to enter this chamber freely. Assuming that the keycard actually belonged to her, yes.
Indeed.
Keycard data jotted down into my organizer. Keycard grants entry to committee chamber, found in the victim's hand. Since we do have to deduce the fact that it's the magenta that was pulled off. Must be something we already have. It's one of those rare cases of something being connected rather than proving something wrong. Judging by its appearance, I'd say that the flower Kay was carrying originally belonged to the victim.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it does look like it's made out of the same fabric.
Indeed. Let's make a closer comparison.
The torn edges match up exactly. You got one heck of an eye, sir.
Torn from the victim's clothes. Updated. The flower belonged to the victim. This implies a connection between the victim and Kay Faraday. Furthermore, it appears that the flower was torn off with considerable force. Kay Faraday was involved in the incident somehow, and based on what we're seeing here, we may have no choice but to treat her as our main suspect.
Well, there's no way she could have done this. I can't even begin to imagine it. There's the murderous bone in her body.
Nevertheless, we lack the evidence to disprove such an assertion. For the moment, we're simply considering all the possibilities. Isn't that right, Miles Edgever? For better or worse, yes. Is that everything? Maybe it really is. Yeah, looks like it. Now we can look at the actual death wound. It doesn't look as if there's anything in the chest pocket.
Nobody except this hole right here.
By the look of how the fabric was torn, I think it was pierced by something sharp.
Can't keep your coins in there now. They'll fall right out.
Have you never heard of a change purse, detective?
Sure have, sir. It's another word for a pocket, right?
I give up.
Fucking idiot.
It seems we're no closer to discovering the identity of our victim. Then are we really Kay? Can you be so sure?
No, of course we're sure. What are you talking about?
Thank you, big guy. And that person lying there? Is someone you may have murdered, but that's all we can say for now.
No, there's no way she did it. Isn't that right, sir?
Indeed, I don't believe the Kay we know could have done something like this. You're becoming a real softy, Miles Edgever. Well, look who it is again! Oh, I know that voice. Here he is, baby! With a winning smile and number one in the name of the business is I, Prosecutor Eustace Winner. Howdy. That's what some of you call it. Anyway, please forgive the intrusion. Step away from that body, Edgeworth. I didn't call for you, and I don't need you. This case is mine. It's what the victim would have wanted. You knew the victim? So it really is her. But be not afraid, everyone. For the goddess of justice will guide us to the truth. She sure will. Now that I'm here, everything's going to be alright. Whoever did this will live to regret it. I'll show them we are. Miles Edgeworth, who is this imbecile? Why am I getting death glare? I've got nothing to do with this. Francisca von Karma, I presume. My apologies, I should have introduced myself sooner. Verity Cavell, at your service. It is an honor to meet you. And the deceased in this case is Rosie Ringer, attorney at law, and a member of the Committee for Prosecutor Excellence. So, in the fan translation, Rosie Ringer is Jill Crane. And Jill Crane is important for Case 5 because of a character way later on. We'll see soon enough what that's been changed to. But hey, Rosie Ringer. Neat little name. Don't know if that means anything, but it's like alliterative. We like alliteration in this house. I see. That would explain the key card. So you're the lead prosecutor? Yup! Which means this case will be solved in You didn't tell me your name yet, little boy. Did you not hear me? If you want to know my name, all you have to do is On second thoughts, I don't actually care. Stop babbling and tell me. It's Eustace Winner. I think we've established where the balance of power lies in this particular room. Mr. Guy in charge? Hear this from Grandma. What's this? Oh, the preliminary findings. Looks like game over for you, Edward. This isn't a game, Mr. Winner. It's Monopoly. Alright, that's me, Don. See you next shift. Yeah, home time. I can murder a bowl of noodles right about now. We're out of here, everybody. Stay healthy. Stay pristine. Oh man, look at that walking animation. It's so smooth in comparison. Ah, Lord. Should expect that from the HD sprites on the left. Let's see. So the wound on her head is from when she fell over after she died? Eustace. It was the candle holder that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Cavell? It's very kind of you to share the coroner's findings with everybody, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it there. He wouldn't want you to strain your voice after all. Come bite thy tongue. That would be a tragedy. Coroner's findings data, jot it down. Stab wound to chest, head injury sustained post-mortem. Anyway, that settles it. We need to arrest Kay Faraday.
What? What the heck are you talking about?
I think Eustace's meaning was very clear. Miss Faraday is the murder weapon. Miss Faraday is the murder weapon. And though she is dressed differently than usual, this young lady covered in bandages is Miss Faraday herself, correct? You really mean to arrest her here and now? If you do, then I'll be forced to object. Loudly and forcefully. And as if further confirmation were needed, there it is. The committee was right to call your conduct into question. It is questionable in the extreme. Please, Mr. Edward, just go. It's fine.
Fine? This is anything but fine, Kay.
I still don't remember anything. So maybe I did do it. Maybe I killed that poor woman. I just don't remember. The goddess smiles on those who confess their sins. It is her wish that our confessions cleanse us. She applauds your commitment to the cause of justice, as do I. Judge Cavell, Eustace, if you really intend to arrest Kay, could you at least explain your grounds for doing so? I, for one, certainly don't intend to yield, not until I've seen some evidence to support your accusations. Then allow me! Prepare to be hit with a face full of deductive genius, Edward. Why, I think Kay did it. They call it the human race because somebody has to win it, and that somebody is me! I won this race too. I saw her before anybody else did. Kay Faraday's the murderer, no doubt about it. She snuck into the committee chamber looking to do some sort of her trademark great thieving, which means that nobody but her could have killed Rosie Ringo.
Deductive genius? That was a total mess.
And Detective Gumshoe was saying that, you know it must be bad. I asked you to explain your grounds for arresting Kay, yet you have explained exactly nothing. True, but we haven't seen any proof of her innocence either.
It's alright, Kay. Mr. Edward will pull off a miracle somehow. You just gotta believe in it.
My deductions are acts of divine intervention, you know. Well, Mars Edgeworth, I'd hate for you to disappoint me, but in the event that you do, you know what's coming to you. I'll be sure to freely let you know. Womp womp. Rebuttal. It's been an hour, so I think it's time for an actual intermission to take place. Am I right or am I correct? So let's swap over to the living room, and we'll take a brief break. It'll be fine. I'll be back soon enough. I have to move shit around, maybe treat to the dogs and all that. And we'll return with this testimonial in a short while. So see you in a bit. I love thinking of like 3 things to say during that break. But the first thing was, for quite a few minutes just then, as I was doing all that talking, I had a Refreshers bra in my hand, warming it up. That was not a smart idea. Second thing was, I went out there to check on where Walter was, and he was just lying on the box in the sunlight, out there in the door. I was gonna shut it, but then he was out there, and then he came back in. So it's cute of him. And the third thing, which is, kind of important, a little bit, but I did manage to get the Halloween special done, and that's scheduled and ready for when Halloween comes around. Thankful for that. It's actually gonna be a spooky one this time. And I say that with the utmost sincerity. Hello from the future. Okay, so let's look at human race. It's because somebody has to win it, and that somebody is me.
Hold it!
What the fuck? That's 2 major flaws of a statement you just made. Flaws? In a statement of mine? I don't make mistakes. It's literally impossible. And that's a third flaw right there. You're just trying to confuse me. It's a cheap tactic even for you. Well, it won't work, because I'm the world champion, not getting confused. So there. I won this race too. I saw it before anyone else did. Kayfabe is the move group.
Hold it!
Kayfabe? You can't call it that. Would you mind explaining the grounds for your accusation in a little more detail? Well, if you insist. Prepare to be wowed, Edgeworth. I figured it all out before anybody else even had the chance. Before I even saw the scene. No, before I even heard the case. I knew it right away, sir. She did it. She's the murderer. It can't be anybody else. Yeah. Your grounds. Yes, oh, sorry. Oh, we're just getting to that. I forgot about Francisca's voice there for a moment. Oh, really? And what was it she was trying to steal? Well, a file. A very particular file. One pertaining to your professional conduct, in fact, Mr. Edgeworth. And you can prove that she needed this file badly enough to steal it?
Overruled!
Oh, there'll be no need to go into that. Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. No, that won't be necessary. Please, Mr. Winner, continue. Begrudgingly so. Nobody but her could have killed Rosie Ringer.
Hold it!
And you have proof that it could only have been Kay who committed the murder? Nope! Then might suggest you try looking into other possible suspects with all due respect. And all due haste. For that, I believe, we'll be winning the approach here. Absolute peak winning approach. The winning approach?
Overruled!
According to the reports we received, the police have found no sign of anyone else's involvement. So you're accusing Kay based on that alone? A little tenuous, even for you. Suggesting that there are other possible suspects when there clearly aren't, isn't? Ugh! Only something that can prove Kay didn't do it. This is obviously a setup, plain and simple. You don't have to. It's alright, Kay. The truth will come out, I promise. I just need you to give it some time. Okay. Kay's incapable of the murder. There's no way she killed Miss Ringer. But I have to prove this somehow, or she'll remain a suspect. Forever! Where? Well, we've seen all these. How could she sneak into the gosh darn committee if you need to have a keycard to enter the committee?
Objection!
I think you stink, Mr. Winner. It certainly sounds like you are. What can I say? Winners know where winners go. I'm number 1, I'm 2, and 3. In other words, the majority of your work is second, if not third rate. Why do you always have to make fun of me? You can take it as a slight if you wish, but the fact remains that you seem unfamiliar with his keycard. Who do you take me for? Of course I'm familiar with it. You need one of those things to get in here. Don't you? Have you no shame? Mr. Winner, do you really even suspect Kay? No, of course I do. She did it. Fairy's the killer. Then perhaps you can tell us what her fucking name is. How Kay got into such a secure room as this without a keycard? You know, that was the edge. Yeah. Masterful summary. Now, as we know, only members of the committee have keycards, therefore only they can enter. Precisely. Why is she agreeing with me? Please, take a look at this. I had security pull the data earlier. Keycard log 32461983 at 10:15. Username nothing. 537922291. Well, 12:52 a.m. Ringer, Rosie. April 4th. That means it bleeds into April 5th, doesn't it? As you can see, the door to this room is open at 12:52 a.m. with Miss Ringer's keycard. Jot it down in my organizer. It's funny because I'm watching fucking case 5 of the first game at the same time. You know, we cannot know for certain, of course. But who's to say that the culprit didn't enter the room with Miss Ringer and then kill her over some sort of subsequent disagreement? Certainly a plausible theory, but that's all it is. For one, it would require the victim and her murderer to have known one another.
Yeah, and Kate didn't know the woman. I'm sure of it.
Overruled. How can you possibly be sure of such a thing? That's pure speculation on your part, detective. There is no place for guesswork in the courtroom or at a crime scene. Hard evidence is what is required. In that case, are you suggesting that you have said hard evidence to provide your theory? Evidence that Kay Faraday and Rosie Ringer knew one another? But of course. What? I have here a letter. Miss Rosie Ringer. Dr. Hertz found it in the victim's chest pocket. Another of the victim's possessions in the left breast pocket. You kept this to yourself until now. You planned for this, didn't you? Is that why? It was the candle that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Gavel? It's very kind of you to share the coroner's finding of everybody used this, but can you please cease your incessant babbling? You should leave it there if you wouldn't want you to strain your voice afterwards. Oh, sorry, that was a joke I was thinking of. Should I read it out for you? Rosie, thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Okay. This would seem to indicate pretty strongly that the two of them were accomplices, wouldn't you say? Accomplices in a plot to steal from the very room which we are standing in. No! Fate! So your principal suspect is Miss Kay Faraday for the second crime, as well as Miss Ringer's murder. Victim's edited jotted down in my organizer. Appear to be written by the victim, to the victim by Kay. I'm the principal suspect?
Don't listen to it. It's all lies, all of it. It's all bullshit. You're not like that. You never do any of the stuff they accuse her of.
And how do you explain the letter, detective?
Ah,
Well, I suspect that Judge Gavel herself has some proof to support her accusation. I didn't expect it to be quite so definitive. Nicely done, Gavel. Thank you, Eustace.
Hold it!
We're not done here yet. I still have questions, and you better have answers. Would you mind if I handle this, Eustace? Oh, be my guest. Have an arguing Edgeworth into the ground. I can't let them steamroller me on this. We have to find a way to take back the advantage. Kay's letter. As the letter more than adequately proves, Miss Faraday and Miss Ringer were painting. It seems Miss Faraday had asked for Miss Ringer's help in a plot of some kind. But for whatever reason, their alliance must have broken down. Miss Ringer lost her life in the resulting disagreement, but she had one last card to play. The letter she kept safe in her left chest pocket, which spelled out the name of her killer. Left breast pocket! Left breast pocket! Okay, no.
She's good. Better than ever, even. Think you'd take her down, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. Don't do this out of pride, Miles Edgeworth. If we're going to fail, do it on somebody else's time.
Hey, whose side are you on, sir?
There is only one side to be on, Scruffy. The side of the truth.
Uh-oh. Looks like the kid's got something to say.
The side of the truth. Well, if there's only one side to be on, then it has to be on the winning. Ah! In the fan translation, Ron Conver said something like, it would be best to be on this side or whatever. And then Gumshoe's like, oh, you said best, and he's got to pick up on it. So, let's kind of try and quiet you. What happened to us, Kodos? Quiet you. My fault exactly. Bada bing, bada boom, case letter. Okay, Miss Ringer, we're waiting.
Hold it!
What exactly was the nature of their relationship? Miss Faraday was grateful for Miss Ringer's cooperation, just as the letter said. I think that more than that, I think That more than adequately describes it, don't you? Now, as I was saying, it seems Miss Faraday that some Miss Ring is helping a plot of some kind.
Hold it!
Well, if I plot you under a desk, can you tell us any more about this plot? That implies a theft. And it was written by your friend Faraday, making her the prime suspect. Case closed.
Objection!
Anybody can forge a letter, sucking who's to prove anything.
Overruled!
I also seem to recall Miss Faraday referring to herself as a great thief on more than one occasion. She's on sabbatical. Please! I can be sure of that. It's unlikely she would tell you if she had resumed her activities. Sure. Perhaps she took up stealing again, and simply chose to keep it from you. I can't prove that either way right now, and she knows it. As I was saying, it seems Miss Faraday and Miss Ringer were involved in a plot to steal something. But for whatever reason, their alliance must have broken down. Oh right, this is go backwards.
Hold it!
Whatever reason, could you be a little more specific? Not at the moment. Hey! Fucking look at that! Directly in the face! The moment! Baby! Oh, goodness gracious. How did they miss that? I mean, it's easy to miss that. It's a common enough thing to miss. But I am sure investigation will uncover any number of possibilities. Whereas your lack of proof that Miss Faraday isn't continues to be a problem.
Objection!
I can see that some of the evidence would seem to point to Kie's involvement. None of it is anywhere near conclusive.
Overruled!
A letter explicitly outlining a connection to the victim, back to supporting evidence from the scene. How much more conclusive evidence could it be? And what's more, where is your proof to the contrary? I might have been a little bit distracted by that.
Hold it!
Is there any actual evidence to show that Kay killed Miss Ringer? You don't give up, do you? What do you call that letter, huh? Evidence! Duh! I'm not gonna be so sure, but one thing, it doesn't mention anything resembling a murder plan. It doesn't? Oh, I guess not, huh? But it will once we hold a flame for it and reveal the secret rating. I wouldn't place too much hope in their revealing anything useless. In fact, we use special UV lighting lamps now. And we don't need it to. Oh well, we have. The letter was tucked away in her left chest pocket.
Hold it!
We were able to examine the pocket in question for ourselves. And you want to know why the letter wasn't there, I assume? It's simple! Ah! Okay. I want to investigate that very briefly. I'm sorry, Eustace. You're important, but I need to investigate this. Ah! Well, the answer is, someone's back home, and, you know, I want to keep going. I want to keep trying to get that free fucking 3 or 4 hour shit, so we'll keep pressing on, and if anything happens to happen, I'll mute very quickly and deal with that, maybe go to intermission, and I'll explain things out. So, anyway, it's simple. The police #1 priority was handed over to me. The victim had kept it on her left side of her chest, next to her heart, in other words, to indicate her heart desire and a killer to be brought to justice. I have little interest in sentimental speculations about Miss Ringer's desires, but one thing does interest me. The fact that you said that the letter was in the victim's left chest pocket. It is the truth, as the goddess is my witness. That is where the letter was found. There is no doubt about it. The same place where she was stabbed with the candelabrum. I think that might prove to be a very important clue. Imagine Kay writing a letter like that. But unless we can get more out of Judge Cavell, I don't think we'll be able to prove that she didn't. I should try pressing the good judge on some of her statement to see if she had something to slip. Bitch, she's slipping! Catch you slipping! Alright, well, if that letter happens to be from, you know, the left chest pocket, why isn't it freaking stabbed through? Oh, hey, wait a minute. Hilda Hurt's coroner. Hey, look at all that. That's a lot of shit to read out.
Objection!
Shrug, shake. So the victim kept the most vital clue of all, closest to her heart. How very touching. You see, let me explain to you how these dogs fucking work, right? Mum is outside the house, talking with someone, And they are so adamant that they want to see her that they are so mad that they can't see her, and they will yell at the door because they can't see her yet. It's so rude, but how very touching anyway. The voices of the dead fight to be heard, and even then they don't always reach us. But her voice rang loud and true, and it told us that Miss Faraday is her killer. I think you may have misheard her, Your Honor, or perhaps an evil spirit was trying to mislead you. Hey! You take that back. Perhaps you should try listening to the words of the coroner's report instead. By all means. If I recall correctly, the victim was stabbed on the left side. Oh, no! Yes, I'm afraid so. You claim that the letter was found in the victim's left chest pocket.
Right where she was stabbed by the candle holder.
3 puncture into her chest, and yet not one to the letter. Miraculous, no? Well, Gavel, how do you explain that? Because I can think of one explanation. The letter was deliberately placed there, and the fact that the girls cast suspicion on the key! Ah! Someone went into a lot of trouble to create the crime scene for us. And that someone is the real culprit who almost certainly forged this letter. No! Also, Mr. Roger, are you agitated in some way? It's clear that the culprit intended to frame Kay by means of that letter.
And you fell for it like a sinker, pal!
Objection!
No, Faraday did it. The letter was, it was in her other pocket. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
The whole left chest pocketed thing was a mistake. Whoever reported must have been their left.
No!
Jesus. Stop your foolish floundering, you foolish fool. Or you're just incurably foolish. Why do you keep whipping me? And stop making fun of my deductions.
No god!
There, I saved you the trouble of disappointing him. Yikes. I'm waiting for that door to open. Yes, even though I had no intention of doing so. The letter was stained with blood, which suggests it had indeed been placed somewhere on the left side. Therefore, I doubt there was some sort of mistaken report. Not unless that report was given by you. Gavel, say something! I hope you love Agitated Cast. Agitated Cast is my favorite cast. No objections? Good. It'll allow you to continue. So we have established the existence of a second suspect. Okay, fine. Let's see what's going on. Well, you know how British conversations tend to go. You have no idea how long they'll actually last. You'll say, oh, they have to be going now, and then they'll end up going for like another 15 minutes. So there's a conversation still happening, and they're still going to be loud and loud and loud. Those fucking fellow dogs. Maybe we'll go to a full intermission soon. I don't know. God. What a time. Sure, you've established the existence of a second pocket. No, we haven't. The murderer had to get in here, remember? Who else could have gotten in apart from Faraday and Ringer? Whoever it was would have needed a key card. Winston, please. Judge Gavel proposed that the killer enter the adult room together with the victim. But what if there was something questionable about the very basis of her theory itself? This piece of evidence points to another suspect other than Kay. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh my, oh my. Well, let's see. This one.
Take that!
Look again at the keycard provided by Judge Gavel a short while ago. As already noted, the victim's keycard was used at 12:22 AM. But you will note that someone else's keycard is also listed. A mystery person who could have entered beforehand and laid in bait for the victim. This other person entered at 10:15, though it's certainly outside the realms of possibility. Except, I'm afraid it is.
And what's your evidence, Your Honor?
My evidence? I am the evidence detective. It was my keycard. Keycard record updated my organizer. Gavel, Verity! Oh, she switched away. I want to see that fucking thing, though. Look, Gavel, Verity. That's all I wanted to see. It wasn't very important, but she shushed! So there's nothing suspicious about a committee member entering the chamber as I please. Is there? Perhaps not. But that's also not the exonerating evidence you seem to think it is. Unless you can also prove that you yourself didn't murder your colleague. Overruled. What utter horse apples. What will I have to gain from killing her?
Objection!
I would imagine a lot. I'm sure you know how I'm going to answer that, Your Honor. I believe further investigation will shed light on any motives you might have had. Overruled. I forgot to even say it, by the way, because I didn't actually pay much attention to it until watching through the Big Clingy streams. The overruled bubble, in the fan translation, the graphics they made is like a 2-line over dash ruled. In this translated version, it's a full 1 line, which is probably looks a lot better. And do you have any further things to say on this front, Winston? Anything? He had nothing to say. Except when he's all the way over there, he'll have everything to say there. I am a faithful servant of the goddess. Why would I even resort to an act of crime? I use my keycard, that much is true. Oh, reason for entering this room is far unquestionable. Thank you, Walter. You're fine. I mean, technically, this kind of thing happened before in a stream, but that was years ago. I think it was the Hyrule Warriors stream when I was downstairs, and then suddenly people that were out of the house came back. I had not watched that stream in years, and I forget how even it happened. All I know is that I think I definitely moved upstairs afterwards, and I don't think I want to do that now. So I have no idea, man. Ugh. I use my keycard, however, that much is true. My reasoning for entering this room is far from questionable. Now perhaps you'd care to tell us why? I have business here in the community chamber. There were certain preparations to make.
Preparations? Well, it sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I'm not at liberty to share what I was preparing for. However, I am sure Prosecutor Edgeworth can make an educated guess. My hearing! It's going! The dogs are yelling too much and my hearing is going! Edgeworth, how can you cope with dogs? Missile was already in the game. Right, that was earlier. That was a previous game. She must have been busy carrying the documents they were going to use against me to relieve me of my badge. Alright, children, that's enough. It's good to keep our skills and our tongues sharp, especially when we're young, but that'll do for now. Who in the bitch? It's him! He's got a skull on his belt. Is that ever evident beforehand? And also the giant badge on the back. Ugh. Really takes me back to the days of my youth. Back when I would wrangle with a certain detective. He disappeared, you know. I hope he's out there somewhere, living his best life. You'll have to forgive me, it's just... Oh, I get so emotional. The tears, they just... Oh, I can't stop them. Chairman winner. I mean, that was evident. It was gotta be a winner anyway. Winner? Ah, Verity, my gal. Do you ever stop working? Your dedication puts us all to shame. And is this young Princess Grace here before me? Dear child, when did you get so big? Uncle? Uncle? What do you mean, uncle? It's been far too long. And so formal. Oh, I thought we were like family. You used to sit on my knee and shout, Uncle Winner, at the top of your little lungs. Ah, but time goes by so very fast. One can't help but shed a tear. Dad, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? A committee member has been murdered and you're in charge of the case, my boy.
What is this? Bring your pop to work day?
It's like slightly off the sense of done to, but I guess people can have similar voices, right? Kay was very close to my normal speaking voice anyway. Silence! Do you have an idea who he is? This man is practically the right hand of the goddess herself, the former chief prosecutor and the current chairman of the committee for prosecutor and excellence. Now, Verity, there's no need to bring all that up. I'm just a harmless old man, really. Allow me to apologize for the detective's rudeness. I am Miles Edgeworth, correct? And your little subordinate, Dick Gumtree. I am. Holy moly, that's a name! So in the fan translation, this guy was Blaise Debeste. Blaise in the fact that he will be showing that soon enough, he plays with a lighter bunch. Holy fuck, Excelcius! That is nowhere in the ballpark of what I would have guessed. I think back when I made that tweet about when there was a rogue editor on the wiki, someone changed Blaise's winner to Bernie winner, and I think Bernie would have been a good choice if they didn't go with something as extravagant as Excelcius. Oh, Exy. Oh my goodness gracious. Father to this idiot boy, among other things. My wife and I were so happy when he was born. And now she's gone too. Heaven only knows to where. Dad, you're here. Use my handkerchief.
Oh, thank you, son. You're a good boy in your own silly way.
Bailey, you're not helping like father, like son, I suppose. Oh, it's hard to say who's the bigger fool.
Fools, you say? Well, Verity, how goes the investigation?
Thank you for asking, sir. We have identified a prime suspect. 1K Faraday. Kirby is a ping. We are currently trying.
Objection!
You don't have nearly enough to make her your prime suspect, and you know it. Or have you forgotten what we just discovered about the letter?
Objection!
I told you, that was just a mix-up. They got the wrong. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, I'm getting too heated. I need to, like, take a brief break again to investigate the situation. Alright. Mom has entered the house. Dogs are calm and free. There's the Bailey. She's come back. And she's wandered out to the front door. What could she be doing out there? Front door's closed, please. So, that's something. I told you, that was a mix-up. They got the wrong pumpkin. Funny that happened when the line was actually being said. Because he got whipped, remember? I recall. Don't test my patience.
Alright, that's enough. Oh, let's all just calm down, shall we?
I'm sorry you had to see that, sir. My humblest apologies.
I think you've all made your cases very clearly. All except for you, Eustace, you idiot boy.
What? But, Dad... We are prosecutors, and it is our duty to identify suspects and bring them to justice. But I wouldn't dare call someone a suspect without evidence or a motive.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, I know all about your relationship to the accused. Thick as thieves seems pretty apt, based on what I've heard. Kay's no criminal, she helped us catch the bad guys loads of times.
Much about this case is still unclear, sir. Please, you have to let us...
Always heartwarming, really. The bonds of friendship are so strong amongst the young.
Lighter. Burn the papers. Click, flick.
But, circumstances being what they are, I'm afraid those bonds won't be enough. What the heck's that supposed to mean, pal? The prosecutor's office needs this case cleared up as quickly as possible. Time is oh so precious, and we have so little of it, and there are so many other cases. I'm sorry, but you understand, of course, don't you? Ah! Alright, Miss K. Faraday, time to come along quietly.
Yes, sir.
You're not taking her. She's innocent, I tells you.
To defy the chairman of the committee is to defy the law itself. It is an act so brazen, a hearing won't be necessary at all. Are you prepared for Mr. Edgeworth to lose his badge over this detection?
So if a K goes down and Mr. Edgeworth loses his badge, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Nothing. You use his badge to shield yourselves? Oh, how the committee too has fallen. Kay, you're innocent. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Thank you. We've only known each other for a short while, but you've been very kind. And I'm sorry. Sorry for being a criminal. Your contrition has been noted, Miss Faraday, and will be conveyed to the gods of justice. Ah! What in the world should I be doing? When I was little, all I wanted to be was like my father. Gregory! To become an attorney and fight for those who can't fight for themselves. But now, my fate is tied to that as one tiny badge. One tiny badge against the life of a dear acquaintance. Who am I kidding? There's nothing to weigh up here. I guess this is it. Goodbye, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it! Judge Gavel, a moment, please. Yes, what is it? Slap. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. Clearly. Give a moment of pause. Have we had the time to soak it in? Edgeworth's returning his freaking badge. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing? Mont Edgeworth, explain yourself right now. You're giving it all up? Just like that?
You can't mean it, sir. Tell me you're kidding, please. If you're not a prosecutor anymore, then what does that make me?
I have one duty alone. To pursue the truth. Being a prosecutor means I must turn a blind eye to the very truth before me. Then I will gladly shed the title to be free. Everyone is so shocked. I'll carve my own path, one I believe in. I won't let my search for the truth end here.
Objection!
There's Francisca's voice. The voice clip has not changed because, of course, it's a returning character. Are you running away from the Von Karma? From me? Say what you will, Francisca. You won't change my mind. So you're leaving me behind again? I'll never forgive you this. Never! No! This is all my fault. None of this would have happened if I wasn't for me. Wait! Kay, don't go! She ran away. You stay right there where you are, detective.
But sir...
I'm not a prosecutor anymore.
Don't say that! Where you go, I go, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm always there, right by your side.
You know, he didn't say anything more. I thought I skipped something. There's no need for you to do that now, detective. Simply focus on your own job and do what you can.
Well, now, this is no good, is it? Let a dangerous criminal run free. I try and try. Yet, it's never enough.
There's no need to worry, sir. We'll set up a cordon. She won't get far.
She'd better not. I'll be very disappointed in you if she does. Come now, boy.
She has to think about it. It's a to be continued. An hour 44, according to the clock. So let's press the button again and keep going. A budding bomb, the middle case. Oh me, oh my. I don't wonder how far we'll even get into this investigation. Hi, Prosecutor's office, room 1202, as always. Kay. She's not here either. Where are you? Knockety knock knock. Special visitor. Fender. Whoa, talk about an unhappy face. Everything okay, big guy? You won't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that. What are you doing here? Something happened? Has something happened, he asks. I'll say. Been all over the news. Murder in the committee chamber? I call that a happening, alright. And what were you hearing me today? I thought, well, I couldn't have one if you were involved. They're reporting it on the news already? Heck yeah. Dead lawyer? A young woman on the run? Lapping it up. It's crazy stuff. Better too, I gotta admit. So, you gonna give me the lowdown or what? Well, actually. Whoa! Be warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. Things are crazier than I thought. This isn't a joke, Fender. Kay's up there somewhere, all alone, and without a memory. Not to mention being suspected of murder. It definitely doesn't make things any easier. Where the heck could she have gotten to? You sure she don't remember Zip? I thought she might have come here, but no luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She wouldn't want to cause you even more trouble by rocking up on your doorstep. You think I don't know that? But I'm out of places to look. Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You're wound up tighter than the clockwork monkey. Which isn't a bad thing, necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pit of the post and saving us in jail. Acting like the attorney I know you were born to be. Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier. It doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just a suspect in a murder. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if we are even acquainted for a short while. And she'd never harm a fly, let alone another person. Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite the bond that's thrown up between the two of you. Have to give me and your old man's run for his money. Nothing like that, really. She just likes to involve herself in my affairs. Say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to try saying things no holds barred. She's done you some good, I can tell. You two make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous. She's my partner and I'm no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees, you see. I should know. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be, and you can't just walk the streets shouting the name. So why not go back to the source, looking at how she lost her memory in the first place? You just might turn out some clues that'll help narrow things down. That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at the big building. And that's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. Nice. And maybe you can give your face the good news on the way. Kay won't come frolicking back into the uphold if the first thing she sees is you scowling like that. Look at that scowl! Very funny. Fender's truly force of nature on its own. It's a good face. Hey, look at this place. It's very nice and pretty at night. Big building. Viewing plaza. And also look, you have Needler and Hertz holding hands on top. They are instantly smitten. The sun sure sets quick. Not even a murder on the premises can make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? There's hardly anybody around, though. So we got the whole place to ourselves. I'm not holding your hand, Fender. First step towards her in case innocence is to figure out how she lost her name. Turf to miles. We've got snooping to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours. Let's focus up and do what we're good at. Good at for, right? K. Good at for K. Alright? Goodness gracious. Boom. He's all the way over there now. Just going to look out. Do what we're good at. Well, I suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. Viewing platform. Hello. Pegasus, the winged horse of legend. No, wait. Isn't that a horn on its forehead? So, it's a unicorn. No, that can't be right either. Unicorns don't have wings. What's this? It's a little plaque there at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradiction. That'll teach me to bother engaging with such things. And look at this place. We can look at it. You can insert a coin to take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Okay, absolutely would have been all over this. Yeah, I know. But for now, I better focus on my powers of observation on this rooftop. Damn. I mean, we could investigate this, but... There we go. I was gonna get up and close that door myself, but hey, we got a mysterious force that may have a name or may not close the door for me. Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, since we came all this way, we thought we might... And then Bailey ended up doing it anyway. Bailey, you dope. Go back out there. You don't need to be in here, Bailey. It's fine. Silly girl. Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy.
What the heck are you doing here? Dash, you looking to get yourself even more hot water?
You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hertz. I'll be just fine.
Whenever you say Mr. Soon to be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor, oh, that coming a mile off.
Wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs. I like how her furrowed brow is like more pronounced. You can see. You can play northern crosses on that forehead, boy. If you say so. So, oh, how's Kay doing? Uh-oh. Did something happen? Maybe I can help. How about an injection? No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay. Yeah, you did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon. Why'd you even come up to the roof anyway? And you stayed up here for like hours? Like, bro.
Hey you, yeah you. Talk about some delicious potting clouds cotton candy party today.
Potting cloud? Is the name for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here?
Our game kids, we take a normal survey of cotton candy and we split it in half. On it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit. And we're laughing all the way to the bank.
I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely. Feet and wings of a bird and the body of a lion. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop here. I have to say, they're incredibly detailed. Almost frightening, so. Instead of feeling welcome, I wonder how many people have been scared off by this instead. And we can't just leave. It's all fine here. And look at the cherry blossom and the moon! The moon! It's up there! It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom. According to what Kate told us, she was standing beneath the tree until she was pushed and fell. There she is. She's standing there, where Kay was standing. Can you remember standing beneath the cherry tree? So the person in the raincoat that Edgeworth saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand. You know, that place. Which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. Here she was by a person in a red raincoat when she walked towards the concession stand. The railing is chest high. You'd have to try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it. Even there's some spikes in the post. This thing looks sturdy enough too. So. Can't even look around here. What do you say? So how did Kay lose her memory? You think there was something she wanted to forget? Maybe some big choice words or mildly insult comic? Of course not! I wouldn't dream of saying anything so terrible she'd want to forget. The Gumshoe, on the other hand, could do a few more choice words on occasion. Poor guy. I don't envy him one bit. Oh, Fender. You dope. Oh! Eek! Oh, there she is. Hi. Kay. Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait. That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say laying low. Oh, yeah, that. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect pointed inside of as opposed to crime. Surely you understand that, even in your current state? On top of which, while I've been playing hide and go seek, I've been worried, sick and frantically trying to find you. Are you mad at me? Of course I am. Now, wait a minute! Hey, Edgeworth! What were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness? No. I came to try and help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could. Oh, the sad music. That's one thing you haven't lost, you know. Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I couldn't be more certain now that you're the K I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. Do you hear me? I'm sorry. Seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points and then you went and blew by blowing the top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you safe. Come on, bring it in. Okay. That's the spirit. No, Fender. Yeesh. I was just trying to lighten the mood. Ring, ring.
Well, I moved from the big building where something better has been ready to do. Police consider a hot for a young woman known to be put in considerable harm. Please consider the crime system. Please tell David if he's trying to try to track her down.
Yes, Winston, that was me. You can go back. He confirmed it was me and then left. Ooh, mama. I missed around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down, and fast. Indeed, it's only a matter of time before they find us. Alright, first things first. Okay, you're second with us from now on, capiche? But I've caused you so much trouble already. You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point. Mr. Edgeworth! And it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Miles here will be in charge of proving K and his... I guess Gumshoe will be D'Artagnan. And I will, believe me. So I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help me with this investigation. Okay, Kay? Yes, of course. Great. Now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting bagged by the boys like in blue before you even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. Greg would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. Oh man, is he the only one like keeping the office alive? Sounds like a certain blue lawyer I know. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know. I guess we can talk to Kay a little bit. Though it is on the cusp of an hour, I should probably like maybe do like a proper intermission instead of these weird ass intermissions that have been happening. So yeah, let's take a brief moment to think, take in Kay's music here, and I'll see you shortly after I piss and shit and eat maybe a slight small thing for energy. See you in a bit. You know, if you probably put that intermission on ×2 speed on YouTube settings, you might be able to hear how similar this theme really is to K's actual Great Thief Yatagarasu theme music. Like you can hear it slightly like do 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 do. See? It's just K's theme made more somber. That's how music theory works. I am led to believe, because I flunked out of music. I hope I've been of help to you so far. Badge! Oh, I don't even have my Prosecutor's badge, right. So all we have is the Yatagarasu pin. I guess this is the one we've seen already. Not particularly, no. Still, you've always seemed to have one on the job, I'm afraid, and this one is also a piece of evidence. Oh, so you carry things you don't like. Yeah. You're already very acquainted with him. Is there some kind of contract? In a way, it appears to be a criminal contract of sorts. I suppose you could say it. Criminal. Criminal. And I wrote this? The letter wasn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it. I see. What do you remember? I came back here because I thought it might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay, I was standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain, and I saw a person in a red raincoat. And then they pushed me. Can you remember anything specific about the person in the red raincoat? I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. All I know is they were wearing a red raincoat. But there was one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulders as they came closer and closer. The moon? Yes, it's all very fuzzy. It was in the exact same place it is right now. Floating up there with the cherry blossoms. The moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. Kay saw the moon shining over the shoulder of the person in the red raincoat. It's in the same part of the sky tonight. That's new information. I should keep it in my mind. I'm gonna move the frickin' drinks coaster slightly closer to me, so I don't have to reach far into the table to get it. I kept feeling there's like something just on the edge of my memory. There is? It could be the clue we need. Alright, just let it float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes to your thoughts. Alright. I'm seeing... It's very faint, but... I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats. And there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup. Not too thick. And it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. And that's when a fork crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl. Captivating memory. Sadly, one that has nothing to do with the case. Oh, I must have eaten it from when we were at Gordon Lake, you see. You used to say that you were a second-grade thief, Yatagarasu. A noble outlaw dedicated to seeking the truth. Do you really not remember any of that? Oh! I think you're right. I was a noble. Not a noble, Kay. A noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. Okay, then. Fender? Can't believe this thing's made the news already. How'd they do it, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from the chopper up there right now? Go check the TV for you, New Azarino. Need to make sure they catch my good side. Now? At a time like this? Look at that expression on Edge's face. I guess we can look at that later on, but... You know, given how the gallery's unlocked in this game, you have to actually wait till you finish the entire thing. 17-year-old sword in connection with boy slaying. If only you could see this up there. As you can see, there's still hard at work up the 50th floor. I'll try to commit a possible Excelcius hold at this point here, is correct? That's right, there have been people walking out of windows all evening. This is one serious investigation. Well, this doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with K. Eddie rosier. I'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool and mysterious customer, Mazarino, but I'm no spy. Maybe we could use him as a decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. That does no well for me. Fender ain't no decoy. Looks like this is being broadcast live, which means we're looking at the big building in real time. Does that mean we're on TV too? I don't think so. The camera's far away enough and it's just darker than anything we see. For now. At least we better be if Kay spotted things with them. That's a woods for you know. As you can see, there's still hard at work up on this 50th floor. That's That's right, there have been people walking by the windows all evening. This is one serious investigation. Yes, still working in the committee chamber, repeating the same thing over and over again. The reporter's right. You can see people moving. Wait, something's very wrong with this picture. I can use a certain piece of evidence to help me deduce exactly what that was. Sure, we can look at everything, but however, there is a contradiction hiding in plain sight. Alright, it's on the first page.
Eureka!
Question: how many floors did this building have? Easy, 50, right? And ironic, just a few feet above where the committee works at its ugly little schemes, it's a place where starry-eyed young romantics come wishing for everlasting snooty times. Then, what's that dark place above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake? Somehow I don't think so. Call me crazy, but yes, I will call you crazy. This will be a hidden 51st floor. Wow! Nice way to keep the gloomy underbelly alive. Ah, my heart! You didn't even take it quite so literally, Kay. Good, then perhaps we could take this moment more seriously instead. Come on, have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. It'll still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. I guess we need to look at some logic now, I think. So... is this something? So you can't connect like that, right? Nope. That's what I thought. Not quite right. Boof. Need to reconsider the information at hand. Actually, no, we can look over, can we? Is there really nothing new? Guess it must be. But the only thing I can think of, right? Unless we can present more things to Kay. Okay, she don't remember you well enough to accept the gift like that just yet. Okay, you've seen this line of text before. Let's keep going. We'll pass through the entirety of these things. And we'll eventually get something new, I think. I just noted that she's going to say this the different thing with her. I was carrying this, wasn't I? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything about it. Nothing at all. Even the tiniest clue could help. Alright, let's see. Ah! I think I might have just grabbed an umbrella effect and let it happen where it happened. Saying, right? A falling person will clutch and destroy? Nah. Let's get some text before. My face is not strange, Kay. Jesus. I understand. All that, and then I guess it's just you. Remember the person in the red raincoat? That much I'm pretty sure of. Were they really coming towards you from beyond the concession stand? Yes, they were walking right towards me. And I have proof, of course I do. I remember they had legs. Nothing out there beyond the stand. How could they have been walking on thin air? I don't know, maybe they were a ghost. A ghost? I'm sorry, Cave, a ghost don't exist. They're the very antithesis of science. And this is one of those contradicting things, yeah. Because it really is just performance and logic. So it's not Kay and the moon. Railing? Well, Kay was standing. No. Womp womp. The moon railing. Hey! Thinking back over what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat appeared to her, approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder. When we checked just now, the moon was at a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims she's currently in the same spot in the sky over the night of the incident. This throws the position of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over that railing, she would have never survived the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. More logic. Where Kay fell. Where Kay was standing? Hey! You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way it could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. The ground could just do that? How? My bad. Well, not joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in that area. There's a chance you might have missed something. Kate couldn't have fallen from the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. Put on your thinking goggles, Edgeworth. We're having an investigation. The ground here is covered with cherry blossoms. Even though the trees aren't in full bloom yet, the strong wind up here is blowing the petals right off. It would have been nice if they thought to tidy up just a little though. But it's atmosphere, Edgeworth. Do you not know anything about atmosphere? What's this? Looks like a service hatch. Okay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Nah, you know it'd be as clumsy as that. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly little musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know. I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never. I told you to leap lyrically into my arms. Fender, Jesus. Chill, Mazzarino. Where's your sense of whimsy? So, never then. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. I like those band. They're from the Sploony game. Down the hatch at the festival. Easy shit. That's the only thing we can do. It's just logic. Woo! How has no one noticed the floor between the 15th floor and the viewing platform until just now? Gambit there. Kinda hard to see a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me. It's precisely the point. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open going unnoticed by people seem a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor, and can't be reached by ordinary means. And we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's go for unconventional. Indeed, consider it if you will, the hatch that we found in the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps. Ho ho! A secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. Alright then, there we go. What is this place? Look at all that stuff. Would you look at all that stuff? I don't know what just showed up. I don't even know. Is it a story? Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell. Go team! Strike one mystery off the list! Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red rain-coated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things. Hey, can't a guy Bryce Skinner's success for a second? So we found a hidden storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Escaping complete. I know in the fan translation there was a reference put in there for like thinking with portals. That was of course a reference to what you think it is. It's just not put into this script because it was not necessary. Oh well. Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Here comes the woman of the day. Emma, what are you doing here? I have to say this up front because I've been thinking about this the entirety of the time that I've also been watching the Alfred Wright streams, as well as knowing that she's coming up here. When you grow up and you listen to some things, how you're growing up, you get a different frame of reference to things. When I first listened to this music specifically, and the instruments used in it, I drew a connection to Ribbit King on the PlayStation 2. Because that's what I was thinking of, because of the instruments being used, like the meh, meh, like you can kind of hear, like this part here, listen. That part of the music makes me think a lot about Ribbit King. And it's the same thing too with like Hilltop Zone from Sonic 2. I think I remember posting a comment on the video that had that playing. I was just like, why is it playing Ribbit King music? That was before I knew better. So yeah, we have Emma Sky over here with her Ribbit King music. I'm not thinking of the voice, shut up. I heard about what happened to Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. This is Emma Sky. She's a high school student, currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of a former superior of mine, we've also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. Said your badge fell off the big building, and McKay was in a man's suit, and... Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything. Just some interpreting. Shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Oh, it's fine. This is one thing called body language, after all. It's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? Ah, shucks. Isn't that sweet, Kay Meister? Your friend is worried about you. Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law and senior potter at Edgeworth and Co. Law Offices. Edgeworth? So you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? Spell me you a defense attorney. I'm not. Say it's complicated is an understatement. Let's not sweat the details of that for now, yeah? First things first. An attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? Oof, it's like I'm not even here. What is this, some kind of weird experiment? I think we should head down below. I'll explain there. I agree. The place could be here any minute. And who's this? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, alright. You better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro. Attorney? Trust me, I'll explain that too. A lot of explaining for Emma. Dokery-dokery-doo! Down the hatch we go! It's a good line. To be continued again. 15. We're already getting through this quickly. I knew it was like a decently quick case, but there's still quite a bit to go. Let's get in the story. Yeah. April 5th, 7 to 6 p.m. Mystery. The big mystery. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma, and your language, Fender. Ow! I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Bingo. Check this place out. This is... So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Big building pamphlet, data updated by organizer. Oh my goodness, I got the burps for some reason. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. You promised me an explanation or 3. I did indeed. Where do we even start? Wow, a lot's been happening, huh? What a case! There we go. Just imitate what you've heard already. It's supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems you got yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to help me here. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure... Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Miss Edgeworth. And you, Miss Sky. And then there were 4. Right, everyone? Let's get to work. I want to know where the elevator goes. That one over there. Went through compromise. What? Looks like it goes down. Something we'll certainly want to investigate further. But we should look around up here first. Aye, aye, Captain. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if everything comes to mind. Captain. Thank you, Kay. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate it, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well, then let's begin. 51st floor storeroom. Easy stuff. Hey, you. Ask me anything. I'm all ears. I can't believe they suspect poor Kay. It's outrageous. I couldn't agree more, but the best thing we can do right now is to stay calm and look for clues. Except, I've been scientifically processing the situation. I think I've come up with a better idea. Maybe we could administer some carefully targeted electric shock directly to Kay's brain. What do you say? Might be just the thing to bring her family back online. That sounds more like a little risky. Sounds incredibly risky, in fact. Personally, I'm still of the opinion that searching this room for clues is better option. Really? But a little risk is what science is all about! Yes, a little being the operative phrase. I'm back for a little while to interpret for my professor, but I'm still mostly based in Europe. She's mostly based. Gotta keep studying until I'm the finest forensic investigator under the sun. I'm very glad to hear you say that. Dedication to one's chosen field is a student's greatest responsibility. It sure is. I don't want to get ahead academically. I've been trying hard at sports too. Especially that one event you had at school athletics meets. You know the one. There are quite a few to choose from. It's huge over there, and unlike here, it's considered a real hardcore sport for adults. That's right, I'm talking about glasses battles. Who hasn't heard of those, right? Me? Never. Not even once. Hey, glasses battle! I'm a Sky Dog in the score that Alpha studies abroad ago. Oh shit, right. I pressed the wrong button. This is a moment to take a drink. What do you think about this? I'm afraid there's not a whole lot for me to go on here, Mr. Edwards. Scientifically speaking, I mean. In other words, you're not sure what you're looking at. No! It's not a matter of not knowing, it's a matter of information. I need more data. Well, okay then. We'll take a look around, shall we? We have all these evidences for past cases. There's the fucking badger. What is that giant head thing? It's the hair of the great Mrs. Monkey. No. We can't be doing the by attorney Edgeworth voice. We can't be taking Robbie's role. I remember the case well, but how did they even get up in there? Ah, Mrs. Monkey? Well, that doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edward? Or misremembered it somehow? Ugh, don't be ridiculous. See if it makes such a mistake. No, it's spelled correctly. Don't know why I was so, like, against that spelling. Piles of banknotes just left out all for all to see. Little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way! These are all $100 bills. That's a fortune right there. Lots of money. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma. I don't even want to think about it. Oh, by the way, just wanted to point out, Emma's ready to be wearing the programmer socks. Anyways. Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. I wonder who it belonged to. There are 4 male figures actually his legs from right up the table up in the center. Hideously cringy. Emma doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to look back around. This one on your own cases too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to any of my investigations for such ostentatiously awful taste. At least I don't think there was. It's, a Mr. Red White. Who has that table? A bunch of trophies. Oh look, somebody left the walkie-talkie there. Looks to me like it was put there deliberately. Rather than it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. They could be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody will mind if we use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterwards. It's almost starting to sound like a certain great thief. That's convenient. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden icebox. Yeah, a chain to probably just stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't this just a box for storing clothes? The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moths away. No, yeah, sure. Well, I guess you could look at it that way, too. And keeping your clothes chill would be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis. Well. See the blue Badger-mobile down there? And also I see the Steel Samurai, and there's a bunch of few tapes. Bring on the fucking tape. Okay. The statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly, it's just something from a case I worked on, at least evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. Alfred Coleman! No, there were 2 of them, a real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places. An old case, huh? Guess you've worked on a bunch of different... Huh? It's water, what? Gotcha! Calling me accurate, dang-handed. You're a tomcat covered in green. Ah! My eyes. Stop that at once. Look at its HD sprites. It looks so good. Ain't no stopping my snapping. Not till I get every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot? Think again. We're not criminals. Yeah, sure. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. Yes, your camera's a weapon of justice. Here's about the hornswoggle while you cheat denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? Why? You're a low-down dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who are you calling a low-down dirty jerk? This is Lotta Hart. A photojournalist by trade, we've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. It's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good scheme if I ever saw one. Seems it didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful odds I want from you is a couple pictures. But we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If I investigate, you need to pull the wool over a lot of small, wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off when you're alive than that. Well, there you go. It's Lotta Hart. See, I've told this within the video, the Investigations 2 video, but over on her wiki page, all the sprites she has the bust-up sprites. Lotta does. But she didn't have a single one of her overworld sprites that she has in this game. And that made things incredibly tedious when it came to making edits for Investigations 2 What Count. So I had to find my way around finding a good sprite sheet and then creating a GIF myself to use in that video. And I did it multiple times, and I had to figure out how to do that by myself. God, finding out millisecond times for accurate frames, it's tricky as shit. Okay. So can we look at this ladder? No, we can't. We can look over here though. It's kind of creepy, all these masks found up here in the dark. What kind of horror movies, I take it? No way! That stuff's so unscientific. Well, maybe you aren't looking in the right places, Sim. I think you mispronounced terrifying. See how this scene. All these masks. That mask! That's global hero on Yankapon. Why is that so shocking? You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. When it's on TV, who makes it? So the merchandise is super rare. Sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. That's Captain Saipan. He's super popular overseas. Everybody loves dressing up like him. Kids, adults, you name it. I find the flower on his head a little excessive myself. What TV show are these from? I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Starry School. It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes. So their masks are more on sports safety helmets or something, right? And maybe the number of isolates tell you the student ID number. So the one on the left will be number 1, and the right is number 2. I suppose that could be it, yeah. And that would mean a ton of slips for the kids with the highest ID numbers. I have to admit that being a little intrigued by this show now. That would be like wearing a beekeeper's mask, or something like that. She's the only heroine the Steel Samurai needs. You could say that again, I love the Pink Princess. You watch shows like that, Emma? Of course! You love them too, right? Oh, well, I don't really know all that much about them, but I'll agree with you on this one. Really? Because I saw this as a samurai figure in your office, so I thought. Oh god, I can't believe I've never seen it. It's the Steel Samurai himself, and the Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai always seemed kind of pleased with himself to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know? There's more than that. I'm Team Steel all the way. Just gone up in my estimation. These are all case files from various modes. Oh, it's a case file something like that. What? Why are they being here? They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office, which suggests that somebody removed them from our permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. Oh wait, no, oh. Is there one? Are you just gonna be... Okay, that was just showing for no reason. Fine! There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a Steel Samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is, too. Behind to me is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency, you know? In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow. I don't disagree. Ugh, there's even an empty space here. Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle. Is somebody using that one, perhaps? Well, there's an idea. Why? We have a mask, don't we?
Eureka!
Kate was carrying a jamming ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis. Which would mean that Kate really was here. As you put it, that's not a crazy hypothesis. But why? Did she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Oh no, don't break, browser. At least she's still streaming. But she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too easy to jump to any conclusions. Or even too early. Well, you know, 50,000, 2,200. What are these prices even for, dude? You said the statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. It says here that it's called the Alfred statue. Alfred. What are you muttering about? No, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we? Fucking Alfred. Who knew? And also you have the fucking suitcase over there, as well as Grossberg's painting. We don't have anything to say to Kay, so I guess we talk to... Oh boy! It's all experience enough to bog the guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, dances in distress. It's got a lot. Would you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender? Hey, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's safe with me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you. Fine, before we talk to Lotta and get real deep into the accent, these are... What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. What are they doing here? Maybe this is where the community store stuff is looking into. Can't be. Evidence like this is stored in the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office, too. When the case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial is finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct. Unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. No point in trying to figure out the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all. And find the who's. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers. Maybe you said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I get these are prices. High price tags. Low prices? I never would have guessed that. Wait, none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? Prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. Examine all these in detail. Can't even look at the blue badger, he's just sitting there. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed, and look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. That's a very sharp outline, and a much amount of dust taking that thing is going to be kept like that. I say something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you? You know what? I think you might be right. But, I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine why. Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? No, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy. It's a stuffed animal we found at the Gourd Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here? No, but look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least, not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? I mean, to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone keep the president a broken toy to begin with? Good question. It's an animal we originally found in the Zangvar presidential plane. Seems sensible. So this storeroom is actually more of a stock room? It would seem so, much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells with evidence from serious criminal cases? And who to? Who would even want to pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. Price tag's proof of that. Wow, people... It's the BS system. People really will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. I can keep going. That's a cute little doll. It looks kind of like a Steel Samurai. It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he too would one day be called upon to fight for justice. Can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but he possesses it nonetheless. A certain tragic refinement. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! Will you even listen to me? Huh? Oh, wow. Of course. He was lost. Lost in the source. A mannequin, huh? Wait, I know. All thanks to my powers of scientific deduction, of course. Evidence from an old case of yours, right? Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. It doesn't seem to fit with the other items in the room, either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. That's why it's here. Peculiar. It's a small bottle, one I've seen before. Oh, that's all? Nothing else to add? Well, no. What more did you want me to say? Hold up, I gotta write this down. Mr. Retro could turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanation. Oh, God. Next time I'm taking those kinds of notes to silence. A bottle of ink and a lantern. Both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine. Case 5 of Investigations 1. But why? What's all this stuff persuaded to you doing here? It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time. The duration of the case, and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence. Seriously? A coincidence? I never thought I heard those words coming out of your mouth. There's always face up to the facts of the situation, however strange that may be. Isn't that what scientists believe, too? No, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in, this may take a while. It's a lot of words. Can't even look at the safe. No, yeah, we can do a bit of this. Deduce. For we do have something that is star-shaped. At least on the bottom, anyway. It's got a bing, bing, bing.
Eureka!
The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I'd say that's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Very strong, very chance. What you mean? The candelabra was evidence from another case? It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. Key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from the storeroom. And that's all we got. We deduced that. We can logic a little bit. Yes, price tags up some money. Gee, I wonder. One must wonder. Spam. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in just this usual goods. Shady deals on hidden 51st floor. This is big. It has to be right. I think it might be. But we need to investigate a little bit further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we can interview. An eyewitness, huh? Oh, look at us! They're both standing in front. They're vibe checking us all, just staring right into the distance, the middle distance. Okay, now I was dancing to the music for no reason. I don't even know why. I need a bit of a drink, and so we shall have Edgeworth and Emma stare at each other whilst we go to intermission for a brief moment. I don't remember where the fucking cutoff point is for this, but I'm sure it'll be soon, so it might be the point where we end the stream. I don't know. Either way, I'm getting a drink, so you might as well get a drink yourselves, fellas. See you in a little bit. It was a good talk, Emma. Alright, let's go and talk to the old lady. This older woman. Do we even have her in the profiles? Yeah, she is a 25-year-old woman, and she's older than me currently. Lord. Although technically she still is, because this takes place in 2019. So she's 25 in 2019. So it'd be much younger that time. 18. High school student looking to become a forensic investigating youngsters to my former boss. Eddie Fender. Excelcius winner, age 68, he's almost nice. Former chief prosecutor, current chairman of the committee, and used to Winner's father. Tendency to burst into tears over nothing. Rosie Ringer, nice profile. Brady Cavell, uses winner. Hilda Hertz, she's 19. Kay Faraday, Florence Needler, 22, 1760. It's funny, like, Excelsius winner, she's sick. Doesn't matter, dude. Talked a lot already.
Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told you, I'm here for the truth, for the good of society, and for the law of me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out a illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. No, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense. But how do y'all figure out so much? Guess it means I don't have to tippy-tap around about it anymore now. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction. What? So all the items here. I sold to the highest bidder. Folks was slinging money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Tall in two trees, or so I thought at first. Anywho, I wasn't about to write up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck in, slunk behind this here statue, still in the wait. Didn't start late at night and carried right on through the night till dawn. So the auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence? I think not. Good music. Classic music, even. We can look at the plushie. Oh no, we can't. It just looks 3D. Picture. Weird. Hello, Winston. What are you doing opening doors? Don't make me have to get up and close the frickin' door now, buddy. I don't got the time for that. I'm even wandering around slowly to do this, kicking the door open. That's close enough. Now we wander back around the table. Oh goodness. Alrighty, underground auction. Dirty deals in the secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Is there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room? Sure, there was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular exactly? But the evidence was a big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them fast and they could smuggle it out of the cops and prosecutor shops. And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try and see what I could from up here. Having been up here since yesterday, I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish. It was an underground affair, like I said. Oh, it wasn't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. I like how it's faded slightly. And also the big head is just a circle on the map. Threw on a mask as soon as I got down the ladder, and that ain't all. They had voice changer doodads on them, see? Teeny tiny one, sneaky little bug behind. It's so you couldn't see their real faces, you couldn't hear real voices. Surreptitious as all heck. Surreptitious? You mean surreptitious, right? I sure do. Sweet, sweet surreptitude. Also not a word. Anywho, once they had the gear on, they went right on downstairs. And then, in came the next one. When it came to them time to leave, they all done the same but in reverse. Up they come again, one by one by one. They all went around the Alfred statue. Mask back on the hook, up the ladder and away. Whoa, that's a serious operation. Mask data jotted down to my organizer. And how many participants were there? 11 altogether. I counted them while they came down the ladder. Auction entry and exit. Participants entered the storeroom one by one from the roof. They also left one by one through the storeroom and up through the roof. I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know. You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, You know what? That ain't important right now. So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched some more folks come down in my silent spot there in the shadows. I see. So you were watching from behind the statue. They used that elevator to get down below. That there elevator, yeah. Once they was all down there, I snuck up and took me a peek. What's going on? I never really looked at it until now. Lotta's eyes are like really reddish brown. That's kind of a neat icon. I like that. You mean the elevator remained in the room with that? No, they sent it back up, but there's a little keyhole if you know where to look. Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, you see. And if you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Hey, this is the wood shebang again. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'd press this some more. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know I came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you don't spill the beans already. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them. You think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess. You got me. I couldn't see if I was a man or a woman, a kid or an old timer. Nothing. Oh Lord, there's a door! Must be a package of some kind. Back in a bit. You could tell from how long I was gone that I had a nice thorough chat posting at the door. Absolutely. Also, by the way, it's Pensive Lotta. Pensive Lotta. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? What are you doing coming in here, Walter, you boy? I ought to kick you back out. Walter, buddy, I appreciate you, but... Goodness gracious. And then here comes Winston. Boyo. Fine, let's waddle around the freaking table again. This is thrilling commentary. Thrilling! We love it. Okay. Sure, white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel. Them three things is what I remember. You remember the three things, do you? Well, what's a good description of the outfit if they don't got a clue what who's wearing it? So this ringleader disguised our identity, too, just like everybody else. Yes, sirree! Mask, voice changer, the whole 9 yards. You're wearing one of the masks? Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy. Zervin. Zervin? What kind of a name is that? Seriously, Mr. Redriff? You never heard of Zervin? He's global hero Onyakabon's arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zervin the Time Lord? He's a Time Lord? Oh, it's you, Bailey! Why do you keep opening these freaking doors, dogs? I mean, I guess it's fair game, it's that ground. We'll deal with it. I think you might be better off asking who has. So you didn't get a glimpse of their faces at all? No, and Angwell did. Which kind of scotch is my scoop? This whole mess has been nothing but a snipe hunt. I should have never come. I mean, his appearance. Jotted down in my office. Right? We know if somebody was dressed like that. Maybe I should try shooting it out in some smart. Listen here, fella. Fellas. Fella. He said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they were dressed up like a peacock on parade day, but it was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes, it sure as heck is. But wait, so the big cheese is dead? All we know is that she is the victim in this case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. Do you know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady? Why didn't they just slip her in a dang deal? Throw me off a man's jacket like that. I hardly think she did it for you specifically. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hello, baby. Petting the dog. She's a good dog. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we discover something vital to the case. Namely, that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim. Somebody done bumped off the boss, huh? And that's what had happened. When was what happening? No, nothing. I always go on about your business now, you. No offense, Miss Hart, but that makes you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot, I told y'all it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. You keep leaking stuff to the press. So there is one. How many dang times I gotta tell you? Ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't seen nothing either way. No, you can tell us just a little more. Please. I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter, you. Scoop's articles go out, money comes in. That's how the game is played. Tell you more? Heck, I don't tell y'all too much already. Wait, what if I, examine some fingerprints for you? Pro bono. What kind of a cop can me thank you is that? I sooner get a tooth pulled. You know, I had a tooth pulled once. But that's not relevant. You want intel, you go dig it up yourself, just like I had to. Okay. So I guess she isn't gonna talk to you for us. No, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with difficult covetouses such as her. She may not give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. Now I need you to shut up. There we go. Stop by observing our opponent. 3 pieces, 2 rooks and a queen. I ain't telling you nothing, you hear? I'll quit wasting my time before I already blow a fuse. As we've seen, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut out the conversation as much, or cut the conversation dead as wherever possible. won't have much time to think, so I need to be swift and decisive. I need to be cold. She's definitely hiding something from me. My first move is to discover what that something even is. Well, what is it? I should have told you press the bottom on. I need you to tell me everything you know. Don't you dare leave anything in. Go jump in the creek, you big bully. I'm not gonna tell you anything. You don't got nothing to do with me. No, me and you either. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning yet. Still need to gather information. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hard. Let's just calm down and try to talk reason. I am calm down, you. Nice least way to just as how quick you yank my dang chain. So when you actually calm down. That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. Very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn of phrase. Similar to your own, in fact. Oh yeah? She spoke like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. She was your apprentice sister. Her name was Tabby Lloyd. And if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Why y'all bump into her? He's a great kid. Reckon. Wait. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't get on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Ooh, you nearly had me, too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seems to make her lower her guard. We use that to our advantage, yes. We better tell us all you know. I know your apprentice pretty well, you see. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, do you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well. Pensive. Yeah, well, guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want a poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's ass. Good. You tell us what you know. Fine. See, it's like this. Gotta be wait, what am I thinking? Dang, a lot of you can't let him bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Oh, scoop. Forget it. It was nothing. You're on your way to school. Oh, that's funny. How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? I'll tell you what it is. Ah! Oh, alright, I got me a scoop. A big one. I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I got bills to pay. How's the fee? She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. We need to know the details of this scoop. Scooby? I didn't even realize how low the time was getting. She's quick to anger, but she's also so quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her. Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Nah. Might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. Alright, you don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. Yeah, I just snuck in some other kind of report. You sneaking in is a problem. You should have stuck it to someplace else. Silent treatment, huh? Well, took away that game. Okay, so we need to actually pick something there. Oh, that's a lot of time to go on. I try to cut the conversation dead whenever possible. I don't have much time to think. Alright. I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius! Ah, but I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Not to mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still not a man about the whole head of beans. A man to a whole head of beans, right? There's the folks out there because of my worse. Murder for one, makes the murder for trespass ain't hard enough. Your scoop's about a murder. From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with the homicide. No, I was just talking about hypothetical, like, you know, about murder being a big one and all. Ain't nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, Kay. I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. Murder? I don't know nothing about no Teletubby murder. I ain't seen nothing, I ain't heard nothing. Scouts on it. What do you mean, scouts? Oh, we need to do the first line until we do that. This scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clean forgot. You try to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observe something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. Did you hear the sound of something? If you didn't hear the sound of nothing, does that mean you heard the sound of something? Something during your time in this room? Well, see, there wasn't nothing really, just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16. Forget I mentioned it. Something happened during the auction. Something that made a noise of some kind. This could be a viable clue. Okay, let's zoom back. We know how to get there. You sneaking in is a problem, bitch. Slap you down. I'll slap you a second time with my clue. You know that. Committed murder. Also, yeah, the timer is low down. He's very quick. I had to put my clue. Okay, the clock is ticking around. I didn't think about that. I didn't pay attention to it, even. You know me, you heard something during the auction. Look on my bishop. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. Yeah! How do you keep doing that? Alright. It's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. And that's all you're getting out of me. Won't be no scoop left otherwise. Murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of the claim. Getting all our time back, I have her on back foot now. And to finish this, I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you. Sorry, I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. That might be the last one we do, then. Try another attack. Were you really in the middle of a scene? You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You're calling me a liar now? Well, I ain't calling you a truth. Ooh-wee, no, I'm mad, real mad. Go ahead, stay mad. I'm a journalist. How am I gonna sell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? Y'all got me a motto, you know? Faster than anybody, honester than anybody. Motto, huh? That could be an important clue. Intriguing. There's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. What? Is the first one we do? Skip down, skill length, and big dong. Okay. I thought you were honester than anybody. I can't imagine it being so vague on the fact that it's a trait very valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty aren't necessarily reporting on a story. Well, see? Seems just so-called information is not credible after all. Look, there was a murder, and I was there. I can even prove it. You can prove it, can you? What are you grumbling about? You can prove it, can you? How? I got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking about myself. I didn't think nothing of it. Still hiding something. Fine, she's hiding. Very much hiding. Fine. Pull out the queen of my own, buddy. I know you've been keeping something from me, and that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Gwarg! That's how she sounds. Dang it all the heck. Give me a break, will you? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I don't snap me a photo. Happy now? You better be. That's checkmate. I got you the hot picks. You just gotta buy it from me, that's all. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. I am very sad that it's coming up like right after this. In the fan translation, she calls herself the Mouth of the South. It's a very good nickname. Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too. Yeah, about that. So like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. They was all shouting out bids, somebody winning something, and bam, down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing started over again. Anywho, soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that statue and hid. And who was it that eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the win bid. The sweet sound of cold hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. Sounds like someone counting bills, perhaps. Anyhow, the details. Deal you settled your bills up there. I heard two people yabbering for a little while. Two people came up on the elevator? You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabba, on goes for a little while, and wow, scream! Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down to my hiding place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of the murder? No, but I heard it real good. You didn't try and help whoever was being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It doesn't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist on all her lonesome. Y'all think I was fixing to jump in to save the day? Dainty. Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right on when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about how I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't. I didn't remember to get out my camera and snap you a single picture. Scoops like that drop right into my lap, and I miss it. Somebody ought to tend my hide. Anyhow, then there a little more time goes by, and there's this kind of clattering noise. I'm there thinking, gotta get the shot this time, and so I grab one real quick and you're in the showers there. Can we see this photograph? Oh, do I have to? Here. That's the person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay. Kay's raincoat assailant attacked the victim in the silver. They proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay. This hot picture jotted down in the organizer. Can't even look at it. There we go. There's only one person in the picture. Where is the victim? Where could it be? Weird, huh? I wanted the same thing. There were two people, but there was only one in the shot I got. And I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room either. That's the killer, alright. At least ways I'm pretty sure it is. So we seen the victim disappeared. The cloud of smoke. How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would I get there, huh? And the auction just carried on after that. Sure did. He just went right around like nothing had ever happened. Rich folks is created in a box of frogs. I never understand how they think. Funny, I find journalists struggle to understand as well. Hot statement indult also put down into the good old organizer. Well. We have the logic, it was just okay, no. There and there, perhaps. It is! Hooray! If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. Think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember? No, of course. They came up from downstairs, back through the storeroom, and... Oh! Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? Where, perhaps? Emma, if you would mind putting your skills to work for me now. No, I'd love to. You just say what you need and I'll get the right on it. Very well. I can check the blood residue, a liminal test, in other words. Sure thing! Prepare to witness the power of science. Never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with space before. Alright, how about we test that ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb in and make their escape, which means there's a high chance of positive result. Test scenario, just press A. That'll spray a little luminol on it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react with this. It still feels super raw to see it just appear there. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And made it feel like much more real. Anyway, I think you got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still more to be found. Why don't you give it a try? Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, there you go. Two of them. On the right, on the left side. That's how it's done. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other place to test with the luminol. Damn. Hello, fellas. No, careful with that. You can't go around spraying other people's luminol. I wasn't about to. I just want to talk to these fellas. I wasn't about. Yep. You want to test there? Sorry, it's a negative. It's negatives all over the place. They really will just do the same thing, okay? At least we know where it's negative. Not even over here on the other evidence. Not even there. We've seen the ladder. Over in this area, we don't even have anything here. Not even in the Alfred statue. None of that Alfred. Lotta. Can't go around spraying apples with Nuvolol. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. You eat it up. You want to test there? Just spray some luminol in any place suspicious. Definitely the go-you bag. Miss Tenero will be proud to know that it's part of anything. There we go. We've got a positive there is blood here. But how come? Well, because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Ooh, looks like some of it dripped through to the floor below too. Intriguing, because you have all that pool down on the bottom of the floor and below. Perhaps that's where it's coming from. Who knows? We haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find. I remember in the DS version that the investigation icon is pressing Y, you have the luminol bottle. Is that what you want to test, Mr. Edgeworth? And then let's spray it with some luminol. You can't even look. Can't even talk with her about anything. You want to test there? Just spray some luminol and then you play suspicious. Gotta be out here. On the chains. No two chains about it. Nothing about that. Well, well. Mr. Edgeworth, blood. But how could it have gotten there? Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there. Cloves, box of blood. I think it's all the blood there is to be found. Alright, then that concludes this phase of our investigation. Well, I could just push her around. That's funny. Go that way. Emma, please. I'm running over here. Why don't you go over there too? It's so slow. Oh, that's silly. And you could just kind of still do that, but only a little bit. Fine. And we can't talk to any of you. I mean, we could, but let's not. It's the only two logic pieces, and it's the only thing we can redo. So, this body was hidden inside the clothes box. Blood in the clothes box can only mean one thing. There was blood in the clothes box. And there is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. Now you just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there. What do you mean? I took a look at that there box when I first got in here. Looked to be just about the perfect size for a little old hide-and-go sweep that needs the rope. Maybe it would have been if I could have opened it. But it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. I ain't no Eskimo apologist. The murder happened just a little after I scoped it out, so can't nobody have put an old body in there. Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd. Because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have swore it was, though. Silly. Close box, jot it down in my organizer. I think we've examined all we can now. Great! Time to see what's waiting down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, Game Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender? We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have to get lost. Of course! I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along so well? They got so chummy. Investigation complete. Go down the elevator. Surprised you could even go down that elevator. April 5th, 7:43 PM. Committee for Prosecutor. I feel like I missed a bit of dialogue in that investigation because you could like investigate it. Emma talks about, oh, there's 50, you can fit 50 amateurs on this thing. But I guess I missed.
Mr. Edgeworth!
What? Where's the body gone? It's a room. This is the auction room. No, this is the committee chamber. Way to drop right into my lap, Kate Faraday. You've got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, man, arrest her right now. Wait, but she's... As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the streets where they belong. Thought I'd take pictures. You can't do this, this is going way overboard.
Yeah, what she said.
Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light of justice shines on me? Hello!
Yowie! What did I do?
You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor. You weren't aiming it for him, you were aiming straight at me! Something keeps getting in my way. Something...
Yeah!
Right there. Franziska. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. I'm not supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Franziska von Karma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped, I've simply cleared the way ahead, and now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. Don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed? I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was. Same as it ever was. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my VIP will happily guide it. Slap bang. Confronting her current theory. It's the sprite I drew. You see? It's the one that I did. You know? The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed at the candelabrum by the culprit, and subsequently died as a result. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim, and we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's child chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game set a match mouse address QED. Nice. She seems pretty confident, huh? Don't let the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I could dig that vibe. I could even give her a no hard feel. Pathetic. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me towards it. I'll be very happy to, said Lynn Francisca. I'm going to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence. Incontrovertible. Phew. Well, I suppose it's... I know I've been taking a whole bunch of breaks to stream, but... This is like the idly time, probably the best point for me to do another one of these. So I'm going to pierce again, clearly. Recoup, and then hopefully by the end of this cross-examination, this should bring us to a to be continued, and I can end the stream. That should be how this functions. I am very aware and astute of my observations of that. So I shall return soon enough to continue. Gunfighting, Francisco will come. See you in a bit. I'm almost certain my mom is tired of my shit. But I know she wants to be in this room so badly. But I didn't expect her to come home. She said she was going to be out all day today. That was my fault for taking her word for granted. I don't know. Can I just say also, when I was doing the drawing for Francisca for the thumbnail, the hair shading was kind of rude, as was the glove shading being surprisingly difficult. But you see all this, and you look at all encapsulated, it seems pretty good. I think it is. Even though you don't see the entire thing. By the time we are done, maybe I'll have a slideshow within the stream. Maybe I'll just post a community post with the sketches and the drawings. It depends on how long we'll be going for. I don't know, man.
Hold it!
Oh, goodness. Let's fight. I'm not sure the data from the security system is accurate. The data is just like me, perfect in every way. There's no room for doubt on either front. Well, your theory is far from perfect. I suppose I'm not going to change your mind on it so easily, am I? Correct. As I said, the victim enters the room with her killer. Candelabrum.
Hold it!
and the stab wounds she sustained are a perfect match for candelabra in question. 3 wounds inflicted by metallic spikes of some kind, in 3 places simultaneously. Even you have to admit that there aren't any objects that could do that. Furthermore, Grandma Hertz confirms the murder weapon in her report. Then there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that was candelabra. None whatsoever, and as for the culprit, we now there to believe the murder thanks to the fact that she exchanged with the victim.
Hold it!
Have you managed to prove conclusively that the letter found on the victim was sent by K? I wasn't aware there was any doubt on that front. I was suggesting it was a forgery. Well, if there was any doubt, there isn't any longer. Documents and has turned up nothing. Now it suggests the involvement of anyone other than the sender, the recipient, or of any forgery. Are you saying that they found K's prints? No, only the victims. Well then, how can you say for sure that K did the deed? Haven't you been listening? Documents and analysis found nothing to suggest that there was a forgery. Face it, the letter was sent by K. Faraday, a fact that more than adequately proves the identity of the murderer. You know the location of the ring that's his head? You can prove that murder happened here in the committee chamber, I suppose. Upon karma is perfect in every way. Or did you forget that when you handed in your badge? That's it.
Hold it!
Hold it! Has the blood been analyzed to see who it belongs to? It has, and unsurprisingly, it was confirmed to be the other victims. Has it occurred to you that there was once found in... Has it occurred to you that where it was found may not be where the murder in fact took place? How quickly you forget, Mars Edgeworth. Evidence is everything in the courtroom. But this is a committee room, not a courtroom. So please present your proof that the murder occurred elsewhere. What currently stands out? Proof that the murder occurred elsewhere, huh? It's a courtroom, but that doesn't mean I can't give her the evidence she so clearly desires. She makes a pretty watertight argument, huh? Perhaps. She doesn't know what we know. You're right! We got a certain scientific discovery up our sleeves. That discovery will show her that the murder found to the truth. Stabbing candelabra. Is it this statement or the previous statement?
Objection!
I guess that answers that. It always answers that whenever the music cuts out, you see? Now, if I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Constitutus statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act even for a cold-blooded killer. Except, that may not be true at all. Take a look at this if you will. It's a blood stain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through the room below. And the elevator it dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you noticed. Then you will agree that the murder cannot happen. Then you will agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you, my lad, that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterwards she was moved down here. The goddess of justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed the killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Mars Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir. And you know it. Yo!
Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? Are you really that airheaded? Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs.
Ah, we have to ignore it again. We're just gonna get some love too!
You're trying to tell me that all that blood dripped down from above, Mars Edgeworth? If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it couldn't have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, Francisco, but you played right into my hands. How so? You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some spatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you? Whoa, like some crazy fountain of blood? Oh, no way. No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amount of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than the storeroom above because the victim was removed to have been plugged up, right? The victim died in 3 stab wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly, as proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. But that doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in a storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there already. Yo. Silence, you half-baked hair-brained rookie. Hey, hair-brained is a little... Yo! A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time. Oh, I know. When the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber where the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? I imagine they were trying to get the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Mr. Ringer's keycard was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd have to guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have the need to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Jotted down the organizer, but found the committee chamber was a place there to hide the existence of the storeroom. Perhaps. Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. Yeah, that's quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Mars Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend. Something just beneath the surface of this case. Beneath the surface of this case. Something bigger than all of us. And Kay's only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right in the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim, Mars Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Oh, sure, you jest. Surely you want to make me mountain up my perfectly reasonable molehill. I like that line. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. This case has something to do with the smuggling you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that there's something that isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that you're giving up your badge and completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me all about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way.
Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know?
You did the right thing, Detective. So am I right, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working on? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to... We'll get it eventually. But you don't need to, and so you vote. Then you knew, didn't you? That the auction was being held here in this chamber. Hold it! Hold it! Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? You're a victim over there, the lady in white. Hold it! You! Hey, let a guy finish, will you? No good butting in painting you and what? Youch! What is that, but sure ain't changed your spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. What do you mean? I'm a journalist, you can't... Oh. You're a liar, is what you are. You lied under the oath that one time. Only the one time. Seems like Miss Von Karma's not too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's the biggest fan, no. What's she called? Ringer, right? She was a member of his hero committee. Oh, she dressed exactly like the ringleader of that their secret auction. No! Stop it! Stop whipping me, dang it! What is the meaning of this interruption? Mars Edgeworth, explain! It's hard to help us by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. But that would mean that the victim was also the ringleader.
Now, how about we just calm down, sir?
It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction, and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer. But it is hard to be believed the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I got wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisca Von Karma, I refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Mars Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find that your whip will go sorely used this round. Latest theory. Fine, I accept your little explanation. That would make me the storeroom. The actual scene is a crime, yes? In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction. But if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer, and the culprit was an attendee. Oh goodness, where do you think it's coming from? The killer may invade for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was taking place. They then stabs the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabra. There. Is that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There was a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spy any. Good thing you're the one in charge here, Mr. Redworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. And I will. I'll take Redis's testimony to task. Rebuttal. Alright. Keep pressing.
Hold it!
Hold it! You conceded at the point rather easily. I can't help but be suspicious. I'm not in the habit of denying facts that are readily supported by the evidence. That's all there is to it. You were able to show that the murder actually took place in the storeroom. In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction.
Hold it!
And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? Members of the big building staff were questioned extensively, but none mentioned a secret storeroom. It seems that its existence was known to only a handful of people. And of course, that storeroom was where the items that were to be sold in the auction were being kept. Very good, which suggests a link between knowledge of the storeroom and involvement in the auction.
Hold it!
So you believe that the victim and the ringleader were one and the same? I do, and the murderer was... Why are you asking her this? You just said the exact same thing yourself, dummy. So I did, but it's really confirming Francisca's reasoning in order to... Oh, don't give me that horse feed! You get caught saying something stupid, you give a little laugh, and move on with your day. The murderer was one of the auction attendees. What? You don't got no notes for our friend here at that little performance, please? Of course, assuming our friend, the photographer's word could be trusted. Point out they love or hate on another. Ah, yes. Franziska Lotta Yuri. Clearly, that exists out in the world somewhere. I mean, any ship would be real, if you know where to look, right? Anyway, the more relevant point here is how the culprit actually carried out their plan.
Hold it!
How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom too, remember?
Objection!
Yes, hiding someplace. And if you've seen the storeroom yourself, you'll know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you say the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival? I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. She thinks it happens afterward. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Francisca? After the auction had concluded. Auction continued even after the murder occurred, Lotta says. That's what she said! It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim. And I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. But if she made it, it's not worth the air she used to say. I done told you, I'm a journalist, dagnabbit. My word is yout! Did I ask you to open your mouth? At least be polite about it. What did she say? I didn't even see that.
Objection!
All I know is an objection. Double youch! See, I'm good I saw that. Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer, It wouldn't. So you see, the victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. No! She shook herself away. As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay could be the murderer, because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who was the victim really? Right, well, if the auction carried out after the murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough! Why, no, that sound all too well. Why, it's verity, clearly. Hello, hello. Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman. Hey, now there's no dogs to be mad at me about. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Excelcius. Yes, that'll do nice. Ah, I fucking get it now. So they still have that burning pun because Celsius relates to temperature. Clever. Clever, video game. Good music. Alright, Excelcius, Pops. What are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to see how my boneheaded boy was getting along. See, there are all sorts of different families. I'm not really sure what they mean. I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Faraday's innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. I forgot to say this the first time, because clearly I was distracted by other things. But I have to say that Blaise Debeste specifically was a fucking nightmare for me, because I had to slow down on editing the video for the What Count compilation to count every single time he said "you know" and "you see," because that was his verbal tick, you see. And he said that a whole bunch, you know. So I had to count every single one of them, and I did keep track of them. And for the clips that I included within the video, I kept the counts consistent. So even if the count jumped a whole bunch, you know that there was a bunch of them said off screen. It's insanity. Anyways, shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have an organization be sent to seem to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me too, personally. Sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and I will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. And she's right, you know. As always, you really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do it for you. Knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Miss Faraday was attacked by this... Overruled! You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals? Like the ones on the roof? Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the bloodstains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? There you go, there's the blood petals as well. I actually kind of want to look to see if there's like a 3D version of that. Is there? Oh, there isn't. No! This completely undermines our entire case. All our assumptions were based on this person in the red raincoat being the killer. But they were the victim instead. And K remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you testified to have encountered a person in red raincoat on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that the person was the murder victim. And you are the only person we know of who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went.
Objection!
No! Kay was attacked by that person. She is the victim here, not the aggressor.
Overruled!
As far as I recall, Mr. Edgeworth, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked by your client. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense. But he can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay's innocent. But I'm not. Kay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remember something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. Just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murderer. It was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along, Austin. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer! No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was the killer. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories. What? But you said you didn't believe it like 5 minutes ago.
Overruled!
Times change, Gumshoe. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings.
Objection!
As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be overruled. We don't have time for this. You must arrest Keith Faraday this instant. How dare you take the tone for me? It's a gross overreach of authority. I demand that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Fortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed you don't, but I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with your verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest.
Oh yes, I almost forgot. Miles.
I've never noticed his, like, 8-pack that's going on down there.
What are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong.
He wasn't doing squat.
By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity.
You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You came too close to the sun and your wings burned up. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the fight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more.
Oh, good. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct. I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow. Although I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard. Again, I thought that was a text, but no. I'm just bad at telling us. This court is adjourned. Scrapam. And there it is to be continued. Way! We made it. Save the progress. I am very intrigued to find out what the actual, like, title screen looks like. That was gold. What could that mean? But Edgeworth has been thrown into juvie. He's been a bad little prosecutor, ex-prosecutor, such and such. So he's not even allowed to show up. He's just chilling in the hole. Oh, of course, it would be on top of the building. The big building, even. Oh me, oh my. What a very sensible place to be. Accolades, yeah. We got one down here, you know? Glasses battle. And the last one is going to be a very important one. Just you wait until that achievement comes up, because it's definitely going to come up. Well, okay. That wraps it up for today. Very nice. Thank you for showing and chilling, and at least sticking through with that whole shebang that happened when the dogs were yelling at the outside. Thank you all very much for even showing up. It's been a fun-ass time, and it's time for us to really cease operations. In the next stream, we shall continue with the investigation. Edros and Juvie, we shall deal with that in due time. And then perhaps we'll take down the true culprit. And we'll find out more about all that jazz, etc. No real, like, new characters to learn about, I do believe, at this point in time. But otherwise, it's all good. We're all fine here. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure by now there's more stream for Big Clingy. Go watch his stream, because he'll definitely tell you more about all the fan translation stuff that I can't tell you about, because I only know about it firsthand by doing all this junk, by watching the video through and doing the whole video and all that jazz. Oh. So, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody, and I will see you in the next stream for the latter half of a Turnabout Forsaken. See you then, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye bye now.